government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Refuse to go along with this, and I'm seeing through all of your lies, Barack Obama, you wicked, wicked devil!
Hey.
Welcome back to another night of Stick of Koolfrogg. How's it going, everybody? Yeah, I see that the chat's just lighting up. Look at all of those people talking to us right now. Oh my lord, there's so many people in chat. It's ridiculous. I can't even.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking
Going
about.
by so quickly. Holy
So
man.
cool.
So many people.
You can't even keep up with it.
Hello, America Shirts. How are you?
Yo, what's
You
up?
awake? You're awake?
Of course.
Okay. Are you
I'm
with
awake.
us?
Huh?
Why would I be asleep?
Fucking Biden.
Those Canadians, man, they got maple syrup for blood.
Just want to be sure. Just want to be sure you're
He was
awake.
awake. He's so awake. He heard what you said because he was awake. All right, so he's awake.
Those are freaks, man. They got maple syrup for blood.
Maple syrup.
How's Jimmy YouTube? Is Jimmy YouTube awake today?
I am awake and alive, and
I bet you have a lot to
Evanescence.
say about this.
I've been watching as a
Been paying attention.
of sorts.
Okay, good. And of course, we got Grimsbar. How's it going, bud?
Hey, I'm just so lonely.
Just
lonely.
Lonely, sitting around by myself.
Yeah, I'm
Trying
sitting
to
here.
join these other three guys that are lonely, sitting around by themselves.
Yeah. Well, luckily I'm not working tonight, so I can actually join you guys. So anyway, yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
And it's kind of why, when I'm not live or whatever, why I work a third shift job or whatever, because it kind of just works out with the same schedule or whatever. Where I just happen to be awake, and I'm going to be awake for a few more hours. So, conversation can go almost anywhere.
Rock on.
Heck yeah. I do have a couple things to bring up. It's not like I have anything specific, and that's why when you guys looked in show setup or whatever, I had absolutely nothing shared. So you have no clue what's actually going to be shown. The interesting one about it is we don't really...
Surprise.
Right. We really don't need it, all these things thrown in there or whatever for you guys to know what's going on, because we kind of had a little bit of a conversation about that. We were going to talk about Canada and their current issues.
Oh, Canada,
the Hoff country.
So I'll share a tab here real quick with this one. So I was watching this guy today. I was watching him for the majority of most of the day or whatever. This was the part 2 of what they were going through, and I thought I had it marked on where the cops actually moved. You can see where the cops are kind of sitting back here or whatever a little bit. They're maybe I don't know if anybody can see that or not. Let's kind of see if I can't make that a little bigger.
Yeah,
see
you
their
can people
Martian
to the left of
helmets?
the wall. Yeah.
There. So you can kind of see these people kind of sitting back in here. There's a line that's around in here, so I hit the play button. And I'm going to kind of pay attention to music as it's being played.
Oh, and by the way, another thing I'd like to add: notice all of these flags. They're hockey pucks. I mean, not pucks, not hockey pucks. Hockey sticks. Sorry, hockey sticks. They're all
sticks.
That is
hockey sticks, just walking out with flags.
Canadian as hail.
Mike,
Magic Mike.
Yeah, look at that. Mike Hunt is with us tonight. How is it going, man?
Pretty good. How about yourselves?
Oh, we're doing okay. As you can see, we're finally live. We're only an hour late. Nothing new.
Yeah. You got your 40 mic, Mike?
Always, always.
I know Mike has lots to say about this particular conversation. So
I mean, maybe not YouTube friendly things, but
I'm actually watching this Travel Fund 69. Travel Fund 69, whatever, was brought to me
Travel Fund
by
69.
Mike earlier today. And just to give the guy some support, whatever. Go and subscribe to him, like his channel as well. Make sure that you actually
Spread
he
the
understands
love.
that right. Help everybody. If you want, he's doing what he needs to do to actually get out here to do this. So make sure
Feel
that
the love.
watching him. Again, I'm going to try for some music or whatever. I don't remember where the tag point was, where they all get shifted, where the cops decide to move the line.
I mean, I heard there were snipers on top of the roof and shit.
Oh, there probably was.
There's definitely drones up because there's somebody that actually talks to him about there being drones up, and somebody actually goes and he actually points his camera up in the air. So
Yeah,
you
I
can see
saw
the
that
drones.
front line. That's right, SR. Yeah, we talked to him last night. He got arrested.
Gotta love the drums.
Yeah, so it's just because we're going to speed that up. We're going to go to 1.5.
We random cheers, including yours. See that? Everybody streamed up, stopped at the same time.
I would say that
People that streamed, they just stopped at the same time. Yeah,
we
It's still
speed
going
them
on.
up to
The whole pile
1.5,
has just dropped.
and
This
it
is part
still
two.
shows how
420 highway, thank you so much
peaceful
for
these
that.
people
Not
actually
here.
are.
75% off, yes. Yeah, weird. Yeah, it just did. It just went dead. The whole app closed on me.
What
There was no stream.
peaceful
We lost
protest
everything.
actually looks like.
Cheers, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, we're back, guys.
Oh, no doubt.
Not wearing all black masks, running around, trashing, smashing, looting, burning,
Almost 2,000 in the building. Welcome back, everybody. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up.
beating up people, carrying guns.
I mean,
I am reminding you, if I
they're acting like they're all armed.
you can
They're
always
not. You know what I mean?
go on
If it was the whole
They're
group
not.
of people who were armed with
I mean,
it, it'd be a totally different.
Depends on what you actually consider somebody with a hot stick, I suppose.
In case you lose me,
I mean, you have to consider this through the lens of fascist revolution, right? We saw the black shirts come out last year. They brutalized the public, right? And now their political allies are cracking down on the other side, right? Even when they peacefully demonstrate, they will come out and literally trample them with horses.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Yep.
yeah, you on the YouTube.
Yeah.
All right.
It is a bit
Like-
laggy, Koolfrogg, just so you know.
No, I know. It's because I have
there's
it running at 1.5. And I'm skipping around on it because I just don't want to deal with the copyright.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yep. Good share. Thanks so much. Night Ace, thank you.
But like I said,
Yeah, we'll keep it going. Keep it
Travel
going.
Fund 69, go check him out. He's the one that's actually been out there
Good job, yep.
doing the legwork.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Jeff Mack, the hooligans in the building. Yeah, we're still live here. We're still going. Yeah. Oh, of course they are. Yeah.
So you can see them. They're all lining up or whatever. And you hear the couple of whistles that were just blown. It's coming soon. It was very quick into this video that they got moved.
We were noticing the Sikhs in this video earlier today. Over to the right.
Oh, and the other thing about this too
Oh, of course
is
they are.
that
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the same street, but Viva Fry was doing a stream, and there was
That would have been much earlier in the day.
Isn't this 69?
Because yeah, this guy Travel Fund 69 goes and says in the first show that he put out that was a couple hours.
Look at that terrorist.
We don't run away from
terrorist sign that
flashbangs
says
like
Christ is King.
some
Death
other
to
people
Stalin.
do or whatever, and he actually kind
Look at
of called
that.
Viv Fry out for it, and then said that he really enjoyed his content and thought he was an awesome guy for doing what he's doing. But yeah, I kind of heard about the Viva Fry thing. If anybody, either you guys have any of the footage on the Viva Fry thing, we can actually pop that up. And
Well, what happened was essentially is that, and if like it takes a little bit of time, right? Because it was what happened was the media, they brought media cameras up and different people up. They set them up on the side of the road where the police were coming in, and then as they set everything up and their cameras are all ready, all of a sudden the police let off like a flashbang thing, and they start walking forward and like pushing back the crowd, and then they stop,
So they
and then the
orchestrated it with
media
the
starts
media?
to like pack up their bags. So it's like. So it's like essentially what they were doing was the CBC wanted some propaganda, so they were like, "Put off a flashbang, okay, ready, action!" Like boom, boom, bang, like oh, push the protesters back, oh my god!
And then
It
it
was like a
stopped after
complete
that?
setup, and he just caught it all in his freaking live stream.
Oh
Really?
my gosh. I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it just by typing in Viva Flashbang. Let me look again now that it's been a little while.
I mean, he didn't actually record the flashbang itself, but you can hear the sound. And like I said, like it's just different times where he's coming back and forth down that street where he's like, oh yeah, oh look, there's camera people, like hi, whatever, like they're coming down, and then like you can look and like they're setting up, and then like then you can kind of hear like a little pop, and then the people are like, oh yeah, they set off a flashbang thing or whatever, and then the police line moves up. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what happened, was that the cameras were right there as the police were walking up, and the flashbang went off, and they recorded the whole thing because they wanted some propaganda of, oh my god, they're so rowdy with the police, they had to like throw up a flashbang, and like this is so horrible, like and all they needed was smoke bombs after that too, and just set a couple of them off for a damn reason on the camera.
so listen
Oh
really
my
close.
gosh.
to
That's
the next-
essentially what he caught, right? Over the course of like I think maybe 20 minutes or so, right? Like thereabouts.
Listen really
Okay.
close for
Just
the,
setting it up
for
and
the
then
next,
recording it.
like 15, 20 seconds or whatever.
There's some
And
great
listen for the
broadband.
whistles. Listen for the whistles that happen, and watch the movement of these shirted police officers.
In the build, all right. Oh, I imagine Portland Andy, hot dog army in the build too. Yep. Yep. We're still live here. We're still going. Yeah. Oh, of course they are. Yeah. Yeah.
You hear the whistle?
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're getting ready to do some movements. Is basically what's happening. I was watching this video, and that's what I said. I thought I had it marked on what they actually had.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yep. Yep. Good Sharon. Thanks so much. Night Ace. Thank you.
Movements are they're getting ready to
Yeah, we're keeping it going. Keeping it going.
pepper spray.
Great job. Yep.
Because he complains that he gets hit too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Jeff Knack, the hooligans in the building. All right. Cool. I imagine Portland Andy, hot dog army in the building too. Yep. Yep. We're still live here. We're still going. Yeah. Oh, of course they are. Yeah. Yeah. Where's my hood gone? Oh. Guys, 4,000. 5:45 p.m. Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, anyway. Yeah, awesome. Bumblebee, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to come back to that. I want to show this other. Nice. Memeology. Memeology is the best.
Oh, always got good stuff. Definitely go sub to Memeology.
Yeah.
Memeology 101.
Oh, and the other thing that Viva Fry caught, and I think some of you mentioned it, was a drone. It was like a small white drone, and he was there on that street, and there was someone way off on the other side of the street, on the very top of a building, and you could see him, and he was, of course, it looked like he was dressed in black, but it was probably dark. And he caught the freaking drone crashing into the freaking side of the building because of the wind that was rushing through between the buildings. And I don't know who the hell it was or why they thought they could fly the drone, but that's what they did, and it freaking crashed because there was too much turbulence.
So memeology 42-second clip. Let's see what because he's got the moment.
So these are Quebec riot police.
Holding us.
If you look,
You are the last fucking things that's blocking us from freedom. Stop hindering us, man. We want our freedom. Once we give them up, that's it. We'll never get them back. It takes broken promises to get people into communism and a revolution to get them out. And I trust you, man. Trust me. We don't want to fucking be on that side.
I'm getting hugs all day.
Freedom does not come.
I don't like where this is going.
I don't know what that actually was.
What
Okay.
is that?
So those were Quebec riot police.
I know, but he zoomed in on something.
Yeah, they're name
I have
badges.
to
They don't
actually
have
bring it
badge
back
numbers
up.
or names.
What?
They've taken them off for your safety.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
So you can't track them down and hey, where does this officer work and where does
They're
this
not-
officer do thing? Like they're just like like I mean, people complain about police in the United States being militarized. Like you have no freaking idea. That's what militarized police looks like, where you're all dressed in green and you're all freaking all in uniform and there's no name tags and there's no badges. I work for this police department. Nothing.
I mean,
Except
I get
in the
it,
military,
right?
you have your name
No.
on you.
No, I don't get it
These
at
guys
all.
are thugs who think that they're going to treat us the way that they thugged out on people in Iraq or the Middle East or the rest of it. And that's cool. We can go ahead and bring the violence here, right? Like the people whose conception that they're just going to do to the soldiers that spent the last 20 years fighting wars, what they've done to a bunch of poor people in shitty parts of the world is crazy.
Isn't
Right,
that a
there's no
violation
goddamn
of Canadian law?
Who the
Yeah,
fuck
no,
knows?
this is
They're doing it
illegal.
anyway.
Right, these guys are calling themselves heroes because they trampled grandma. Like, this is why we invented rope, for this kind of purpose.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right? Like, they're not even wearing name tags, right?
Nope.
I mean,
Or
and again,
badges.
how do you even know these people are officers?
You can see them. This is
can't-
where you actually
These
cannot
could just
tell
be
if they're
Antifa
officers.
that just
You
is
can
like,
see
hey,
them
you know what?
all
We needed some more bodies in the front, so there you go. I mean, for
Yeah.
God's sake, that's all it could be.
No badges.
You would
no
never know. No one would ever know.
Banners.
No rank,
tags.
no nothing.
No
Yep, nothing.
name tags.
And
no
that's the
nothing.
purpose
How
of
you-
having that is
how
so
are
you
you supposed
know
to
they're
know these
law
are
enforcement.
police?
You can't enforce
Yeah.
the law like
Yeah,
this
how are you
in this
supposed to
kind
know
of
that these are
fashion.
police officers.
Yeah, you're
Right.
ununiformed. They don't even make themselves known as if they are police, and they're not
Exactly.
giving names, bad numbers, and things like that. It's
Exactly.
not lawful. Jeez.
Right.
It's a good point
hmm
that this memeology is making.
I mean, I think a lot of these people have just never faced a real conflict before, right? They're used to oh, I'm Prime Minister of Canada. I can tell Iraq what to do. And don't realize the fight that they're actually picking right now. Right? It's different to fight a war when it's at home.
So, to go with the other side of this spectrum of things, just to see which one is it now.
There was a counter protest to these protests, wasn't there?
Frogman, click this.
Yeah, it was the police.
You click this.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on a second. So before we actually bring up or go too far here, like I said, so to go on the other side of things or whatever. So when you actually go and you look up Canada protests, what's actually changed is let's go. I thought I had this set up the other way or whatever. So let's go Ottawa. So then most recent articles, look at the Independent an hour ago. Trucker protest live. Police use pepper spray and stun grenades in bid to clear Ottawa trucks. The trucks were already cleared when they were using these things.
False sampling death? Rumors?
So here we have to be very careful with what they're saying. It is true that that lady is not dead. We should review the facts since they brought it up. Let me share them.
8 hours ago, police push back demonstrators in Ottawa, and yeah, they do. Because
I heard it
get to the specific point in that video.
Nope. In fact, we have the footage from her. I have it pulled up here.
If I can figure it out.
I love receipts.
Where he actually gets
Receipts
pushed
good,
back. I'll show that part again. So then Grims has showed this. Let's see here what Grims got. But you can see that they're like 12 hours ago something happened, 14 hours ago something happened, and obviously that would have been noon, 1 o'clock. And you can see the guy that we were just watching, through a time frame out there, said it was like 5:45 or whatever when they're actually pushing, people around or whatever. But you don't see a single news article about any of that. What was actually happening? Then Independent put something out an hour ago, which. When I was actually
of course not, because
in the middle of the
CNN
night
says they arrest 47 people, what they don't want to say is the police walked up to people peacefully standing there, beat them with a billy club, drug them to the edge of town, and let them go. This makes it sound like they were arrested and taken to jail for prosecution. No, the police literally just beat them, drug them to the edge of town, and let them go, because what they were doing is not illegal.
Yeah, and what they are doing is technically, I mean, again, as you saw, like there's no badges, there's no nothing on all these. Well, not every single one of them, but like that line anyway, at the very least, and several of them that I saw in videos. That was the way they were dressed. So
Yeah, I mean, even when it comes to international conflicts, if you go into conflicts like that without identification or markers or anything like that, you are committing a war crime. So it just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if you walked up to civilians like this and just started beating them, your own government would disavow you to not get in trouble. No government would take accountability for a unit that rode horses over an old lady, right? They would throw your ass under the bus.
Yeah. And I mean, what they're doing right now is no better than Putin sending in the armies with no name tags or anything like that into Crimea, right? It's no different. It's no different. They both went in without colors, like without identifying markers at all.
Okay, so this one is the one that Grim said, hey, here, show this one. So again, thank you, Memeology, for what you do. You're the best. Anybody that likes this particular content should actually go and subscribe to Memeology 101.
I'm from independent media. So I was in the crowd yesterday. I was unfortunately hit with some pepper spray. I just have a question. There's some video cameras that the police are using and some news outlets are reporting that you're gathering intelligence with those cameras. Can you elaborate, like, if the protesters at this point, retreat and go home, are they going to be getting sort of repercussions down the road? Or are you going to be sort of actively pursuing the people that you've been sort of documenting and filming who are still out there protesting? What are your plans after this, after the protest is over?
We're going to round them up.
Thank you. It's a great question. And the simple answer is
allegedly.
Yes. If you are involved in this protest, we will actively look to identify you and follow up with financial sanctions and criminal charges. Absolutely. This investigation will go on for months to come. It has many, many different streams, both from a federal financial level, from a provincial licensing level, from a criminal code level,
later because they
from
oppose the
a
political
municipal
wills of a dictator.
breach of order, breach of
These
court
people
injunction
need to be
level. It will be a
executed. There is
complicated
no
and
other choice.
time-consuming
rabid and must be
investigation
killed.
that will go on for a period of time. You have my commitment that that investigation will continue, and we will hold people accountable for taking our streets over.
Legally
This
and
investigation
lawfully,
will
of course.
go on for months to come.
Hey, fuck off.
Yeah, so all right, so they're going to actively seek to identify people and track them down and arrest them. Meanwhile, they're out there intentionally
what happened
hiding their
January
identities.
6th, right?
Well, they're intentionally hiding their identities.
Yeah, no, they're trying to fabricate a January 6th. They just beat
Yeah.
up a bunch of peaceful protesters. And, like, unfortunately, Canada's much better at keeping their stick on the ice, and they were real prepared to have that on film.
Yep, that's true.
But we have counter film for every lawsuit that they could throw at them. Like, no, they were doing nothing illegal there. They were just there.
That's what I mean by stick on the ice, right? Like, that was the strategy from the start from a lot of the veteran community. That's why you can hear them in videos just shouting it, right? Keep your stick on the ice. And that's the point, right? They want to make the cops be the ones, so that way when courts open on Tuesday, the hundreds of arrests, the hundreds of disruptions, everyone that's suing about illegal protests being broken up, all of that's getting filed as soon as the courts are open.
Yeah.
Ottawa's got a long weekend, dude. Tomorrow is going to be huge. Or today.
And I will say that at January 6th, they had like freaking jammers and blockers on like self-reception and all kinds of shit. It is a little bit different, but I do agree with Mike's statement.
Mark, thank you so much.
I believe that's what they did when
First,
they
with you,
actually
love,
reset these
Mark
guys
and
earlier
Angela
today.
from Brantford, Ontario.
Because
You have
it was-
restored
somebody
our
was
pride
saying
in Canadians.
everybody was
Thank you.
not at the same time. Within the next few minutes here, not exactly sure what second.
Here, pull mine up. I have it clipped to where they trampled ladies on another channel.
They're gonna move the
Go,
line here.
go.
You can see the police. They're all lined up. You can see, there's a line. They're gonna actually move everybody here within the next minute. You got something fun for us, Mike?
Oh, I have one of the clip channels, and there's a few good ones here. So whatever you get, I have a couple minutes worth.
You know that guy with the horn? Jay. Oh, look. They're herded all the all right. All right. Yes. Well. Text girl 1. Remember, we the people pay for these streets, the police force, and the politicians. They should be working for us. Thank you so much for that.
But see, hold on, pause this for a second.
Yep. Music's coming.
He listen to what he just said. He says, "Hey, we pay for this police force," but do they really? Because a lot of these people, as we just witnessed, don't even have identification as they are police force. So, again, it's like, who are these people? Are they mercenaries of some kind? Like, what the hell? So, I mean, I think that question should be asked. But let's continue. But yeah, it's like that's an interesting point. I thought, like, yeah. I wonder if these are actually people they pay for, right?
Just some C90 talk.
Doesn't need to be loud for us to.
Oh yeah. You see what's going on.
Yeah, the ganja man. You'd get their Rasta Jimmy up in you. Yeah, man.
Freaking knew Jimmy was going to do that. As soon as he started the accent, it's like, yep.
Yeah, man. She said celebrate with some ganja, man.
So whenever they were yelling shame, right?
Yeah.
That reminded me of. I got a video pulled up.
Oh,
Sure,
okay, so
whatever.
here it is. Okay, here, watch. So you can see they're all starting to move. But to have a conversation, as opposed to watching.
Yeah, I met you before anyway. I'm the bald guy, of course. I don't want to be on the street. Oh, Jeff, the part, he's buddy. Yeah, they're watching you, Oh, guys, we gotta move.
She's not paying attention to us, and oh, we gotta move. Oh, we gotta move.
Ah, damn it, the police. All right, we gotta go. They're pushing. Isn't that too bad, eh? I didn't expect them to move the line that fast. That's crazy. I actually, I don't know why they're purposely moving that. Wow.
Is this around the time that the pepper spraying happens, or is that a different?
Yeah, they're moving.
No, this is exactly what it is, and he starts complaining that he gets misted from it.
Okay, yeah. This is fucked.
Yeah. All right.
Get the milk.
You know what a really good tactic would be to deal with all this shit?
Get the milk.
Guys, hold on, can't read that. Read that. Where's Lee?
No.
Where's that John? There we go. All right, guys.
I was talking to my wife about it. Basically, you have everybody get like handcuffs, right? There's like the shackles or whatever, like the wrist things and the feet or whatnot. And then you fucking have a link, that comes down, and then somebody else can link to that. So, it's like 3 feet, 4 feet of link, right? Like a chain gang, whatever. By the wrists.
Damn.
And you just, like, I'm talking 1,000 people all line up and just form a giant fucking circle. And that's it.
So the way to do it is to handcuff your hands together inside of a pipe. Because then they can't cut it open to get at the handcuffs without risking cutting you. It takes them a shit ton of time to deal with each person.
But what about
everybody does that on fucking everything?
You don't get out, right? They're going to forcibly remove you.
What if they got a shit and or piss?
I mean, be into it. Like, so this is why people aren't way against the left. Because, like, the left will just handcuff 20 people together, walk out in the middle of the road, and sit there until the cops forcibly remove them. And, like, the right isn't there yet.
Yep.
I only got a whiff of that. They're spraying the whole damn crowd.
Well, I'm saying take that shit to the next level where if you have shackles with like 4 or 5 feet of length, right? You can basically just link the shackles together, one to the other, to the other, to the other. Then each person basically do a thing, you just latch them together, right?
I mean, I was thinking do it around the truck tires to make it really obnoxious to get in. Like one at each 45 on the axle, so that way there's no angled approach to get in at it.
Ooh, that's dirty.
Hey man, this is war.
True.
If the dirtiest thing is handcuffing ourselves to some trucks, man, that is the gentlest war in history.
True. But I mean, what you're really doing, right, is you're technically already detained. Like you're completely unarmed. You can't do shit, right?
I mean, yeah, they're gonna have a hard time, like, on film beating someone who's already handcuffed to the ground.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying though. Like if you get it done right, and if everybody links their shit together, like if everybody does, right? Then you have
they do this in Seattle all the time. Let me see
say like 1,000 people that are all fucking handcuffed together, basically. Right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do this real quick here.
Charlie, look right down.
This is Grimsbar's screen.
Oh shit!
It's called the Sleeping Dragon.
All right, here it goes. This is what I was thinking when they were yelling shame at the cops.
Shun the non-believer.
While he's figuring that out, everybody, don't forget to go share, like, and ring the bell. So, you know,
that's all I got.
Click all.
We got no audio.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Rest in Beppis.
You just said a whole bunch.
Shun.
Yeah.
No audio.
I tried.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so then let's see what we got done here. This is Mike's stream.
Yeah, sorry. I pulled up several clips from Mr. Sunshine Baby, a fitness YouTuber who lives in his van with his dogs that has been coordinating a lot of the clip distribution.
Nice.
Here's where they just beat up a wounded veteran.
What?
Holy Jesus.
Can you make that a full screen for us?
They are just kicking him, even though he's doubled over.
Do that again and hit replay on that one.
Blow that up. Go back and blow that up.
There you go.
You're going too fast. Can you slow it?
Oh, yes, I can. I think I have it double speed. Sorry. I've been watching a lot of these, so been trying to get through them quickly.
Jesus. It's just giving him the business.
Dude, there's like 5 of them, 6 of them fucking just kicking the guy.
Yeah, and then the rest of them just swarm around. They're like, hey, no. You can't help this guy. We're beating him. Shut up. We're busy.
Video the first.
Yeesh.
Go back.
They should just start throwing snowballs.
Sorry, let me slow this one down.
That
It's
would be
real
a
short.
fault. You can't do that.
I know you can't, but
They are just spraying the front line there.
Snowball fight. Yeesh. Is this what we just saw?
That is the pepper spraying, at least some of it.
Okay.
What's this?
Here, we get to see the horses.
What, are they like running them through people?
Over.
Yeah, this is the famous. Yeah, boom.
They're straight trampling. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. This is where people thought that somebody died.
And then the police line comes up again, just like in that other video, right? And they cover up the trampling. They're like, "Okay, everybody, back up!" Everybody. It's like you practically could have just killed both of these people.
Yeah, but then the police trample
There's
over
no
them
difference
too.
between that and running
Like
them
the
over the
police
vehicle.
come from
They're
the
both
right
motor
and trample them
transportation.
over.
It was this lady who's now in the hospital with quite serious injuries.
We can't hear it, but
yeah, no audio.
Oh, I mean, that's probably mine.
No, I didn't have audio either, so I don't know why.
Are you sharing the screen and not the application?
Yeah, that might be it. Or no, I'm sharing the window. I may need to share the tab.
Yeah, he needs to share the tab, and then the
Yeah,
tab is the thing that provides the audio.
Oh,
okay. Let me reshare that one then.
Share the tab.
And what is the name of this individual's YouTube channel again, just so that everybody here and anybody that would be watching can look at it again, for reference sake?
It is Mr. Sunshine Baby.
Gotcha.
Mr. Sunshine Baby. Okay, here, bring this back up.
Instant sub. Oh, dang, he's almost got 200,000 now.
Hold the line, people.
Boost that up.
Hold the line, people.
I mean, at some point, we gotta realize Granny is out here holding the line, and this is just embarrassing for everyone on this chat.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
just saying.
bad.
We're just commentators. We're just making comments.
Like Granny's the one out there facing
Granny's
the horses, man. We gotta step it up a little bit.
I think any option.
They're already arresting people trying to go to this convoy in the States.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes. They're already arresting people.
Even though nothing's fucking
if
happened
they're trying
yet.
to go to Canada, or are you talking about trying to organize one here?
Trying to go to one here.
Yeah, they're trying to go to a
Right.
protest here.
I also have a funny meme to share.
Oh, look, stream's having connection issues.
This is awesome. I love this clip.
Please look in the direction of the photographer in front of the flag.
He's like, nah, I'm not even gonna try it. Try my right. Hey.
Please look to the back in the direction.
Yeah, not going there. Hey!
When did that happen?
I have no
That was
idea.
a couple weeks ago.
That's funny.
Still, though, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, dude, that was fucking excellent.
The music just starts to play, and it just slowly brings on the glasses.
Bro, fuck that guy, right?
Oh god.
And so we all know why this is happening. It's because of the man we can't even talk about.
Soros.
Klaus Schwab.
I mean, we can see the video where they stop debate.
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh, I know exactly why it's happening.
Questions and comments, the honourable member for Ottawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I listened to my colleague's speech. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy. Klaus Schwab is the head of the World Economic Forum, and he bragged how his subversive WEF, World Economic Forum, has, quoted, infiltrated governments around the world. He said that his organization had penetrated more than half of Canada's cabinet. And I was wondering, in the interest of transparency, could the member please name
He's having a
which
conversation.
cabinet ministers are on board with the WEF's agenda? My concern is the deputy.
Order. I know he was. I know that the member was in.
He's on board with the WEF.
But the audio is really bad, and the video is really bad as well. And I apologize. I don't know if the member. Okay.
He's on board with them. Holy shit.
They all are.
Clearly.
I mean, Klaus Schwab wasn't joking. Like all of these.
Open disinformation. That's not debate. We have to call it disinformation.
We'll get into debate again. The honourable member, questions and comments.
What?
The honourable member for Lambton, Kent, Middlesex.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and
Holy
thank you to my honourable colleague for her speech.
When did
Klaus Schwab
this
does
happen?
nothing exist. Let's keep
Specifically,
moving.
because you talked about how this
Wow.
You're breaking up. Can't hear you.
Right, but they're running government that way now. Like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
That's not what's supposed to fucking happen.
You know, it's just that the second in command in Canada, or well, I guess I don't know, but what is she, the finance minister? Is that what she's called? Of Canada is the literal freaking head of finances of something with the World Economic Forum, right? What is she in the World Economic Forum? Like she's pretty high up in the World Economic Forum.
Jeez.
Like she's like top levels apparently.
That's crazy.
And she is like directly underneath of Justin Trudeau. Like this is not an exaggeration. It's more like 2/3 of the government now. It's not even half the government. It's like 2/3 of Canadian government is all just like WEF, World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab types, Soros types. They're all of them. It's like here in America, right? Like Newt Gingrich was on freaking Fox News. I don't know if everybody remembers that clip, right? Where he brings up George Soros's money infiltrating and like funding all these different like freaking attorney generals that run for office and district attorneys and all the rest of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, well what about George Soros and stuff? And then they're just like, I don't think we should talk about George Soros. George Soros didn't have anything to do with this. There's this like liberal bitch that's on there.
Oh,
and everybody else is like, yeah, I don't really see what that has to do with it, And then he just there's like this weird pause, and it's like, so it's verboten then, is what Newt Gingrich says, right? It's verboten. You can't talk about him. And then freaking the woman that's heading the show, what's her name? Oh God, I forget her name now. But anyway, but she's like, there's like this little bit of a pause for like maybe like 5 seconds, 7 seconds, or
Was
more,
it Ingram?
going on 10 seconds, and then she just goes, "Okay, we're gonna leave it there," and then she just moves on to the next thing. It's like these people are again. This is verboten. You are not allowed to talk about these individuals in the World Economic Forum and in these places of let's say high up.
Where did Trudeau
places.
go for a week?
I'm sure to talk to Klaus Schwab.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of
I
other stuff
thought he
going on
was
in the background.
quarantining. How can he go to Klaus Schwab's house?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Thanks for your contributions here, Riley.
Klaus Schwab's laughing too.
Right?
He's like,
Klaus Schwab has
"Why?"
joined the chat just for that chuckle.
Yes, right.
Twirling a mustache while he's at it.
If he had one.
Yeah, true.
He's so
I mean, let's be
funny,
honest. This is all about the fact Klaus Schwab cannot grow a mustache. He's embarrassed. He can't handle it like a grown-up. And like this whole conquer the world thing is all about the mustache.
Why doesn't he just get a fake one that you can stick on? Quit your bitching, Klaus. You very rich man that could so easily have me killed.
Oh, it was an indigenous lady, Nito. I'm sure she's a secret white supremacist like all the others.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
We
they
all
didn't
know
show
it.
them. Yeah. Look,
It's
it's
just
called
instinctual.
internalized misogyny. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and someone else
You're
who was
just being
arrested
a bigot.
was Arthur
Suck
Pawlowski.
the dick bigot.
He was there, and a couple of days ago he was arrested, and they like threw him on the ground and stuff, you know, like they normally do with him. And because he was praying with the truckers, and they picked him off and threw him down and tried to make an example of him.
Unacceptable.
Time to hang a lot of them. You just hate me because you want to date me, bigot.
Yeah.
Yep, you're not allowed to pray for people who are, inside of a political opposition from yours because, oh my golly, we don't want, we don't need any prayers for these people. Quick, get him! Like,
Heaven forbid we get a little bit of religion going.
oh.
I mean, that doesn't work with the agenda, Jimmy, so it's just not going to happen.
They were saying the Lord's Prayer during the rally today.
Make Rome great again.
The sure.
Oh yeah,
Here's
it's just like
here's a
January
photo
6th, right?
of these snipers.
They had shoot to kill orders for like what was it, like 6,000 feds in the crown, or like they were authorized that if they were given the order to say okay, like boom, it was like you can kill.
Yes.
Thousands of them, or who I forget what the number was. Right, that was from was that the New York Post or Newsweek? I think it was Newsweek article.
6,000 what?
Feds. I think they were they FBI? I wouldn't say FBI, but I don't think it was FBI. But I'm pretty. I mean,
I heard it was volunteer program, right? So basically, what they did was, they said, like from what I understood, they only took people who were left leaning and put them on this task, right? So basically, they handpicked cops who were going to go fucking be dicks because they believed and willing to violate their fucking laws and shit.
Yep, that's why we're going to have to clear them out more seriously, right? Like, we have to take these people's pensions and homes away for what they've done at the very least, and probably at least a few years in jail. I was just following orders is not an acceptable standard.
Yeah, I can't wait till they start saying it, though.
I mean, I want to see all the same footage in court, right? Like, I hope that their body cams come up in court. I hope that those cameras they were showing at the protest come up in court.
Oh, you know these are all going to
Didn't
be
you
federal
know the
cases. that are in
cameras?
public
I hope
eye.
their text message where they're eating cupcakes and calling themselves heroes after beating old people in the street comes up in court. I want that guy
But the
hung.
batteries died. The video got lost, and we can't substantiate the one that was on the internet, so we can't use it.
Nah. See, here's the thing.
The
That would
original
work
was
if they
lost.
were the ones running the courts, but they're already being deposed, right? And so when the new
What do you mean?
government comes in, they'll just make the rules of evidence work. That's how revolutions go down.
Fair.
I mean, like all the Binger stuff we see about Kyle, like that will be directed at the cops. And like it will be just as ugly. But like they're going to go ahead and take away their pensions if the cops don't win this, right? Like this is now a conflict that is not happening within the law, but between power factions within society. Whoever wins
True.
is now the law.
Well, by
Yeah,
their
fair
logic, they
enough.
can just quit, right? Because it's so easy, and they won't lose any monetary whatever's.
I mean, the smart ones are the ones who didn't sign up for this. They were just like, fuck no.
Yeah, I mean,
This
there
is
were
the
cops that
most
resigned and
recent.
said, "Fuck this shit." Yeah.
This is the most recent article that I could find. This comes out of BuzzFeed News, and if you actually look them up, they're fairly left. So I mean, you have to actually watch what you're reading. Pay attention to what you're reading.
Methodically forcing out the anti-vaccine
There's
mandate
some
protesters.
right. There's some interesting right. They're calling them anti-vaccine mandate protesters who occupied the city for 3 weeks. Police formed lines and pushed forward a few feet at a time. Starting in the morning, shoving back protesters and then towing the cars and trucks in clogged city streets. No one was killed or seriously injured. Protesters tried desperately to
Police said
and push police
no one
back,
was killed or
but
seriously
sapped
injured.
by defections and freezing cold temperatures. They were overwhelmed. Several protesters were pepper sprayed, and 170 were arrested as of Saturday afternoon. By midday Saturday, protest leaders had thrown up a white flag, figuratively and literally. Organizers Pat King told his followers, quite wrongly, that waving a white flag meant that they could not be arrested under international law. Another organizer, Tom Marazzo, held a press conference where he accused the police of brutality and excessive force, but also said truckers were willingly leaving the city. The vast majority of the truckers do want to withdraw, but is an individual choice for any trucker. I mean,
Anyone who thinks Justin Trudeau's office is more secure after this is out of their minds. Like, this article is retarded.
no, right. Again, this is from BuzzFeed News, so I mean, they're fairly leftist. I did kind of read through the article.
Fucking BuzzFeed, man.
Right. I mean, this isn't, right. Exactly. It's BuzzFeed. I mean, it is, but it's horrible. Shockingly fast collapse of the one-of-a-kind protest that was the weeks defined by how immovable it seemed. Just days ago, the overwhelming sentiment among the convoy was that the protesters were winning. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau would soon be forced out of office and all vaccine mandates would end. But police abandoned their hands-off approach and brought in reinforcements from across Ontario and Quebec starting Thursday. By Friday, they formed lines to move through the streets of Ottawa, retaking territory bit by bit. Sights of police shattering truck windows convinced many demonstrators to leave while they still could.
Wait a second. Pause. Sites. Okay, so what they're doing, BuzzFeed. You are celebrating police destroying private property.
We'll get into this. We'll get into this celebration of
celebrating
police
destroying private property.
Mm-hmm.
You said truck windows convinced many demonstrators to leave. If cops bust out a window, they're trying to get to the person inside. Now, if they're just going down the street busting out windows, they're just being fucking dicks. And they are
Oh, they would
creating
bust every
they're
window,
vandalizing.
like all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're vandalizing. This is
Dude,
excessive.
you have to accept that these people are fascist, right?
That's exactly what it is. They were hand fucking picked to come in, and then they're going through and destroying people's private fucking property.
I mean, they better hope. They better hope and pray their bosses are smart enough to delete the personnel records. Because, like, if we ever find them through social media, through their wives saying they were out of town that week, through anything, they better hide forever.
Yeah, true. Very true. Because, I mean, people are going to hunt them down. Because what they're doing is complete trash.
170 people were beaten just to brutalize the protest. That's what quote unquote arrest means here. They beat them, drug them to the edge of town, and let them go.
Yeah, none of them were taken to a jail. None of them were taken into a police station.
None of them are in custody.
They were just thrown in a cop car, or they were literally just on the street dragged. I mean,
Right.
That is just
Brought down
them
the
talking
road
about
and,
how many people were beat.
Wow.
So then by Saturday morning, staring down an incoming line of armored police, he made a different calculation. I'm going to hold the line as absolutely long as I can, but my truck's better off outside the city and smashed and dragged into some hole.
I think that first and is supposed to be than.
That's what I was thinking. I think this is supposed to be than.
All right, so BuzzFeed. Proofread your shit.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
It's this guy, whatever. I'm sure his this is Paul McLeod. He's the news reporter for BuzzFeed.
Paul's McLeod?
I'm assuming that
How do you spell that?
McLeod. What's it? McLeod.
McLeod?
Yeah, it's McLeod.
McLeod.
Oh, wow.
But,
Why
yeah.
are all the markets down again?
It's just Paul McLeod. Yeah, so most likely he wrote the article, put it up. He didn't have anybody proofread it for him or whatever. Or if the proofreader did read it, read that conversation wrong or read the statement wrong or whatever. Those who left willingly were not necessarily going to escape legal action. Interim Ottawa Police Chief Steve Bell said police will spend months pursuing charges. If you were involved in this protest, we will actively look to identify you and follow up with financial sanctions and criminal charges. Absolutely. This investigation will go on for months to come.
So those who left willingly are not necessarily going to escape legal action. I wrote that wrong.
And in fact, they will not. Many of them were asked to sign their name on a form.
The likeness of being anything similar to J6, not at all.
This is disgusting. Everything about this is fucking revolting.
This is going to start a war on the American continent. This
disgusting.
is the linchpin of how World War III starts, because this will distract Canada and America from the current detente.
So then to continue on real quick, it says private truck drivers played a key role in removing protest vehicles when Trudeau declared a state of emergency Monday and granted the government sweeping new powers. One measure he specified was directing tow truck drivers to remove vehicles for compensation. Protesters should openly bragging about how tow truck companies did not want to work against the protests. On Saturday, a line of tow trucks moved steadily into the downtown core with identifying markers covered and drivers wearing yellow face masks to hide their identity.
All right, so here's the thing, okay? This fucking Emergencies Act, it has compelled fucking action in it. And it says that if you're forced to do something, the government will compensate you fairly. So what they are doing right now is they are forcing people to do these things, lest they go to jail. And then if they don't do it, well, I mean, if they don't do it, they're going to go to jail or be penalized. But if they do it, then the government gets to decide what they consider a fair pay or fair compensation. So the way they phrased it was, well, the truckers or the tow truckers are going in there and doing this because they're getting paid. No, no, no. They are going in there because the fucking act orders them to do it. What Trudeau did orders them to do it, lest they go to jail, but Trudeau must compensate them. Those are two separate things. So BuzzFeed, get fucked.
Yeah, this is just such bad everything.
It's terrible. Sorry,
I mean, there's now
I'm blown away by his framing.
I've been peaceful for the last 3 weeks. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You know, I mean, I'm not going to read everything. I don't need to.
Yeah, but BuzzFeed could just go to hell. I bet.
Right. United States of America's version of the convoy is planning to make its way to Washington, D.C. What I find really interesting is this. I went and I was scrolling through comments.
How would they treat MLK? Right?
They'd hate him.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they do.
exactly.
I mean, this is the same thing.
It's the exact same fucking thing.
So
they're saying get on the back of the bus if you don't get a jab, and they're saying
look,
no,
Chukka boy, you do what we say or we beat you again. Like, yeah, fuck you too, man.
I mean, look at CRT, right? I mean, like, you know, it's completely throwing out anything of like the civil rights movement that ever tried to install any amount of, you know, getting rid of racism in the minds of some people, right? Like that's being done away with. They already hate him. Like this is all kind of combined to destroy society, our society as we know it.
Climate change is racist.
Yeah, it is. So Velasca, this is the reason
it
I
brought this
article.
The climate change argument
this lady
itself
right
is
here,
racist, and I can show you how, Mike.
This lady right here, or maybe it's a gentleman. I'm sorry, Velasca. So essentially, BuzzFeed's with gross police abuse and glosses over the fact that there were severe beatings, tramplings, and that this protest was wholly peaceful until now. Also ignoring the fact that the truckers cannot leave. The police have barricaded the roads, not allowing them to disperse in a move Bill Blair, current dishonorable Minister of Public Safety, invented called kettling. Which we've talked about.
Define kettling.
This is 100% not true, according to Holly R. Holly R needs to be understood that this is 100% true. Everything that this person has actually said, and
a crowd control technique used by police where a hostile group of protesters or rioters are surrounded and not allowed to disperse. Sometimes with the use of
usually
temporary
do it with like wall type approaches where they'll create like 4 sides of a whatever, and one section of it will move.
Oh, you mean an encirclement?
Second section will move, and then another section will move. And eventually they'll just kind of keep on shifting them until they get them all boxed off, and then they just go arrest everybody that's inside the box.
Flanking them.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's not really kettling because they're not a hostile group of protesters or rioters. They're just peacefully fucking protesting.
Well, that's what they're actually treating them as, though.
I know, but I'm saying it's not really kettling.
This is why they're using these particular types of maneuvers. I just wanted to call Holly R for her bullshit 100% not true comment because
so it's used differently here in Seattle. And I think this is what Grim is getting at. Here the police, if the protesters just sat, would also just sit, right? Like they generally speaking will not go in and try and force the protesters to move. What they use kettling for here is if the protesters start trying to break windows, the police will line both sides of the road to keep them away from businesses and just shift with the protest. And so it forces the protest to either like physically fight the police, go home, or just march around until they're tired.
Yeah.
So but that wouldn't do what Trudeau wants because the truckers weren't doing that, right? They were just sitting there in the first place.
Yep. So what they did instead was lock them into place and just started basically abusing them. So like quit hitting yourself kind of deal, right? Kettling itself in the definition requires that there's riots or there's hostility, like actual hostile protest. But there's no hostile meaning like including violence or whatnot, right? So that's not included.
This is just brutality boxing in people, like, you know.
It's brutality boxing, not kettling. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what one of the women said. Viva Fry was on his live stream. You know, one of the women was like, yeah, I mean, you know, they just keep pushing us until we're all boxed into one place. And she's like, well, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? I don't know, but, you know, we're going to stay here. I mean, it's like, yeah, what are they going to do? They're just going to box everybody in and just beat the hell out of everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you put somebody in it's like you lock somebody in your house and start beating them and tell them to get out, but all the doors are locked where they can't get out. And you just keep beating them and beating them and beating them and beating them. It's sadistic. It's fucking sadistic.
Yeah, I mean, these people better never be found. Like, if I were Trudeau, I would go join Ken Griffin hiding out in quote-unquote Finland, right?
You should go hang out with his brothers in fucking Cuba.
Quote-unquote Finland. We're probably never going to see that guy again either.
Who?
Ken Griffin, leader of Citadel, who mysteriously went to Finland right next to Russia just before the SEC announced a bunch of investigations into stock trading.
Oh, so, he's gone. How about that?
Right, he's on vacation, ostensibly.
Where were you between where were you between 1934 and 1944? You were on vacation.
Yeah.
In the land of snow.
You're on vacation. I know nothing.
So, anyway, I'm getting distracted. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if something had like happened in the stock charts to really upset Mr. Schwab that he's in this kind of mood. But I'm not sure why everything looks like it exploded at the same time. So maybe he did something wrong.
Facebook's been taking a major shit, dude. Have you seen what's going on with big tech platforms right now?
No, I was just looking at the main indexes. Everything on my list of recently viewed is red. Like the last 20 stocks I've looked at are just red. So that I assume everything's taking a shit.
Yeah, so there's a lot of shorting going on.
But it's all been falling since about December 20th, December 27th, somewhere in that range.
Oh, the shit is going to hit the fan with that.
Well, I mean, look, all right. We're the lowest unemployment rate in American history. And because everybody's unemployment got fucking terminated a week before the reporting criteria. Don't think I didn't catch on to that. No, that happened to me, dude. My shit got fucking. Oh, you can't log in.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's what happened. So basically, they terminated everybody's fucking unemployment and shit. At least that's what I'm leaning towards. Put that way, it's speculation. Because yeah, it was like the week prior, my shit got shut off, right? And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I had to reapply, and it was good to go. Like everything else was perfectly fine, perfectly normal. So it was kind of strange. But anyway, I forget where I was going with this because I'm tired and started rambling. So,
and we'll let you do that because why? Why not?
Yeah, I'll piss off your one viewer that never comes back anymore. They just say, "Shut up, shut up, shut up."
Oh, that bot.
No, it wasn't the bot. It was a person. They're like, I was thinking, like, shut up. I'm like, you shut up.
Oh, I had that. Oh, that's right. I did.
Yeah.
I had the one person made the comment
D
on
word.
the Trump rally.
hmm
That somebody came in and ruined
Yeah, I
it.
was going off on Trump, like calling Trump out on all his shit, and the person couldn't stand it.
I'm kind of surprised that I kind of, whatever. Kind of surprised that person hasn't come back and tried to view any of my content.
I don't
Maybe
know.
they have. Maybe they haven't. Maybe they'll catch this and they'll actually be like, "Oh, they're talking about me. I should comment more often."
Yeah.
Because I'm watching my chat. Holy shit, man! It's so hard to
It's
keep
blowing
up.
up right now.
It's just the whole time. The whole time we've been sitting here, this whole
What are
hour,
they saying now?
hour and 10 minutes, and it's just been. I can't read it. It's just so fast.
Chat go Bert.
I can't read any of it. I can't even try stopping for a second and scroll back because if I do, then I'm way behind. Let's see if I can't catch one. Oh, yeah, I got one. I got one.
Oh.
Wow. All that being said, I was digging through YouTube here real fast, and I know it's YouTube. I could dig around else places, whatever, maybe come up with something. But it seems as though it seems as though the police had broke that line and actually arrested enough people where everybody else decided to finally go home. And there's no longer a crowd in Ottawa as of today, as we speak.
Yeah, it's gonna be big tomorrow, though.
I think it's unclear. Like, everyone went to their hotel rooms, but how many of the protesters are still there and just the trucks moved? How many of the people just parked their truck somewhere, like in a lot at the edge of town, and are just back in person? And I don't think we know that
Right.
yet.
I couldn't imagine the police actually thinking that they actually won and they actually got something.
I mean, they know that they
moved
did
enough
it.
people.
There are
like-
now 3 other trucker convoys in Canada.
Well, right.
Quebec,
if you actually-
Toronto,
it's
and
not
BC
just
all
Ottawa.
had them today. Like, this is not over.
So if anybody's actually listening to this and actually said, well, how come, what happened to the original link? Because the original link I put Canada as opposed to putting Ottawa. And I put Canada up because pretty much it's not just Ottawa where all this is happening. It's just that the majority of the things that we're covering today just so happen to be Ottawa, which is the reason that I agreed to actually change it. But yes, there's convoys that are, and they're blockades and they're all the way across Canada because they're like, no, screw Trudeau. Nobody likes the guy.
And now that it's spread to places like BC, it's going to spread across the border, right? Like, everywhere that there's a major convoy at a border crossing, the American side is seeing the same brutality, right? So Trudeau's what? Going to accidentally catch some American truckers in the middle of this, have them go back home with their cell phones and bruises? The tactics that they used in Ottawa cannot be used routinely, right? You just cannot do this systemically, or you will start an actual war. And let's be honest, Trudeau is not in a position to fight a civil war.
So he's going to be dragged out.
I mean, or assassinated. Like, plenty of dictators didn't take the hint that it's time to find the exit, and, like, somebody let them know.
Oh.
How terrible.
Well, so here's the thing, though. I would never advocate for this. This is not a situation I created. This is not a situation I advocated for. But hey, man, you want to act like an African dictator, you don't get to, like, then complain you go out like one. Like, if we learned anything from the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, it's that you'll get exactly what you asked for in the worst, most horrible way.
So this is interesting. So like I said, I was scrolling through YouTube and I know we were talking Ottawa, but we're talking Canada. This is Quebec stands proud. So this is posted within the last 12 minutes. It's only 38 seconds. But look at that crowd.
No. That these French if you do not want. Oh, look, see the flag! Oh God! This channel is fucked forever.
All those people who were driven from Ottawa with bruises on their faces, they're in Quebec. They're in other cities.
Really?
So what was this?
Some
this
of the people from Ottawa
Mr.
are already
Sponge
in Quebec.
Baby.
Damn.
I mean, they're truckers, right? You give them 6 hours, they can be a lot of places.
Right?
Yeah, fair.
And probably fairly organized at that. You know, some kind of CB radio or something that they can talk across.
Well, I mean, there's lots of organizational tools. Unless your telegram gets leaked and shows you saying
I was
all
just going for
kinds
the
of psychopathic things. Oh, have you seen the police telegram?
The police telegram.
There's rumors that police telegram screenshots leaked.
From Canada?
Oh, yes, from Ottawa. Let me see if I can make this a little...
Oh, Rebel News. Leaked RCMP messages. Time for the protesters to hear our
Hashtag heroes, nothing but the best. Hashtag heroes with the cupcake.
Oh, yes. This
Hashtag heroes. Cheers, crew. Here's to some sweet OT this weekend for our on-call members. Don't kick all of them out until next week's group gets a turn.
Oh, yeah. Read that other one. Looks like they need to get more leg than what? A hand?
More leg into hand?
Oh, I thought that meant something else.
I mean, it probably does.
Like, instead of just slapping them with a hand or something, like, you need to just, like...
Time for the protesters to hear our jackboots on the ground. This is them talking about them trampling a woman.
There, it says, just watch the horse video. That was awesome. We should practice that maneuver.
This is them talking about running down a disabled elderly woman with a horse. I mean, I don't care if you want to be fucking soldier badass. This is not it. This is what we put in the news.
Wait, what happened? Go up.
So this Francophone thing where they're talking about police service animal bike in its path, This was the initial report on that woman they ran over. Video. Just watch
Wait,
that horse
they tripped
video.
him up on purpose and then put horses on him?
What? No, they're reporting that the old woman threw her bike in front of the horse on their group chat.
What?
Then, once they've actually seen the video, 16 seconds, just watch that horse video. That is awesome. We should practice that maneuver. Wow, that's awesome. We only think we're living the dream. That's what we need to do.
What? Those are cops?
Yeah, like, I'm beyond pissed saying that shit.
They have no fucking business being police. None whatsoever.
We've seen that line. It doesn't even look like they're even that. They're not wearing badges. They're not wearing name tags. They're not doing. They're just dressed, all looking the same, so that way they.
Hey, you know what was on that? You know what you overlooked? If you go back, you had names and phone numbers and.
Oh yeah, no, their entire Telegram chat leaked, Grim.
Beautiful.
Did you know Antifa aren't the only hackers in the world? Turns out.
Probably fucking NSA dropped that shit. Honestly.
I mean,
say their name.
They
and
had
they'll
their
check you
Chloe
out.
hack one of our payment processors, right? Fair is fair.
Yeah, true. They did do that. They're like, yeah, well, fuck you too. Oh man.
So yeah, that's very.
What's the
enraging.
website for that, by the way? Did you put that in the private chat or?
Oh,
no?
sorry, I just Googled it. There's several of them with the same screenshots, and I'm not sure this one's super reputable. So.
Oh well, I'm not necessarily looking for the website, other than like the link to all of them, like all the chats.
Oh, I don't have all of them.
But I mean, like, does that website link it to like a page where it's all of them? I thought I saw like a couple of links at the bottom. I didn't know.
I don't even know.
To.
I'm just going to post the two I've been looking at, and I'll let you investigate in your own time.
So this whole trucker thing going on in the past few weeks, all over the news media, on all stations. What's going on that we don't know about? Right? Because there's some story. There's something that's really big that's going on right now that we are not being told intentionally. And I'm not sure what it is.
What exactly do you mean by that?
So when all the news stations are covering the same fucking topic, that means, like I've said this before, right? When CNN and Fox News are tongue punching each other's fart boxes, your ears should perk up, right? So since they're talking about the same fucking thing, your ears should perk up, because usually they're not. They're talking about different stuff. So what else is going on? It's a Wag the Dog. Have you ever seen that movie, Wag the Dog?
I don't think so.
I have, yes.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about, Koolfrogg. It's
but
not
I mean,
necessarily what's in front of you. It's about what's not in front of you, right? It's all, hey, look over here. It's misdirection. So when something really bad happens, for example, Biden has the highest inflation rate, in the past 40 something years, right? So there's some stuff going on with the banks and all that shit right now, right? I mean, you need some story to cover, do top cover so that it's not in the news cycle. So there's something going on that's intentionally being pushed out of the news cycle. That's all I'm getting at.
Well, I mean, this is very newsworthy.
Canada's been pushed out by Ukraine, right?
What was pushed out by Ukraine?
Canada has been pushed down the news cycle by Ukraine, right? If this Ukraine stuff wasn't happening, Canada would be the story.
True. But even then, like the Ukraine thing, wasn't Russia supposed to attack Ukraine, not Ukraine attack Russia? And then also wasn't supposed to happen
no,
on
they're
Wednesday?
starting a war in Ukraine to distract from domestic stuff, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know, 2 years of authoritarian mandates outside of any legal justification.
Yeah.
Apparently they didn't want to talk about that part. Or, you know, that whole thing where Fauci engineered COVID. Like, they started talking about Ukraine pretty quick after that came out.
Susan, we're not talking about, anything other than we're just holding
The
conversation.
NIH admits they performed gain of function in the Wuhan laboratory.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
We're not doctors.
The NIH admits that they performed gain of function not on COVID, but on a virus in Wuhan. They wrote a letter. They wrote a letter on a virus that they enhanced in Wuhan using a technique that added a similar spike protein.
Some would say it's small.
Now, the one they admitted to has a name called WIV1 as its base one. The one people have been curious is
where they were there was a proposal to spray all the bats and shit?
Probably.
That was from Eco Health Alliance.
Yeah. So Eco Health Alliance has like several of these. They got one funded in 2014 where they're like, okay, so we're going to study pandemic potential by finding a bunch of coronaviruses, splicing proteins into them to
What happened?
and testing on rats mice that have been enhanced.
Did you click something?
Mike, are you okay,
I'm
Mike?
only reading government documents. I don't know what you want from me, man.
Are you doing that?
What are you talking about? I have no clue. Where does he keep on going? Okay, there he's back again.
Are you over there having fun, acting like you're getting cut off?
I am.
Oh, got you. Oh, that was a good joke. That was a good one.
Well, the audio was screwed up. The video was screwed up. Sorry. The honorable so and so. You know, like let's continue with the conversation. Of course, you know.
So yeah, no, they had this thing where they were basically like, we're going to find a bunch of coronaviruses. We're going to find out which proteins. Which they admitted to having done in a letter to.
Seriously, some I really don't know what's happening with Mike's screen.
Anyone who wants more information should Google Banal 25. Oh yeah, no, I know some people who work in virology, so they helped me track down a whole bunch of these grants.
Oh,
that's awesome.
I mean, it turns out most government records are public, right? You just have to know where to look.
Yeah, and that's
Mike
the thing.
just said that he is friends with Dr. Fauci.
They have to.
I wish, because I would skin that guy myself. Like, I would have a Faucian rug,
leave 10%
and I would
to the big
show
guy.
it to everyone.
Leave 10% to the big guy.
I mean, I wish I got 10%. Shit. Anyway. So yeah,
so what is
the
left
WIV1
to
enhancement on Banal 25.
Damn.
So
Banal,
nothing really. We're just
B-A-N-A-L?
here to see if the snowball is going to continue to grow or if it's just going to stop.
It's
If
not
the
a
snowball
tumor.
stops, we hit the end stream.
It's not a tumor. Oh, Jimmy.
Everybody should make sure that they do hit up the links down below in the description. There's links for every single one of us, except for Mike. Mike doesn't want. He's He's Mike.
Mike's just here.
I'm too lazy to make a YouTube channel. It seems like a lot of work. So I just like hang out on
It's really
yours.
not.
It really kind of is. It takes a lot of work to actually get things set up and actually.
Easy as it is, I say it's
try
not.
Try to do the research on certain things. You have to get past nerves sometimes. It's really dependent on what you're actually working on, and you don't want to come across something like too much of a tard, whatever, because then people just kind of laugh at you and they're like, "Oh, he's stupid. I don't want to listen to that guy."
Well, also
I
it'd be
do
weird
stupid
to
shit all
like
the time.
hawk my math tutoring on this political channel.
Oh yeah. You know what? It's just look. Okay, what we need to do now is we need to get an
Base
actual
and
lawyer.
ace. Big Mike's tutoring.
There you go.
Damn.
There is your title.
Mike, I can't believe
Subtitle.
it.
Boom.
Now I
Mike's
know
dying
Mike's
over
not
there.
Mike drop. Get
I
it?
laugh at my jokes. I don't care if anyone else does.
Spoken like a true Aspie.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I bet. Man, I realized I had fucking autism whenever I was in the service, right? And I made a joke, and everybody just kind of looked at me, and somebody's like, "This makes jokes for himself, and they're not for other people." Just and I started laughing so hard, and I was like, "Cause you all will never know how great the joke really is. It's way above your level. You'll never get it."
I mean, you're welcome to laugh too. It's not like I'm excluding you, but
Oh, so inclusive,
right?
Oh, much progressive.
That's our word
Oh.
of the day: inclusive.
Inclusivity.
That was a very inclusive beating the Ottawa police handed out.
Yeah, they really went for everyone.
I prefer the term reclusivity.
Well, are there any other topics that you are wanting to touch on, Senor Koolfrogg?
Senore.
So here's inclusive.
Oh God.
How's it pronounced?
Just the way I just said it.
Inclusive.
Oh, can you click the pronunciator or?
Oh God.
Inclusive.
Inclusive.
I like that name. I like that
Inclusive.
voice to text a lot. It sounds
Message
like the
CM23.
the
We're going to
1940s
go pound your mother.
training manuals for like the military, like the training videos. Like hit it again. It has that same tone.
Inclusive.
In this training video,
Yeah,
we're going
I
to be
love
covering
that.
in and out of a tank.
So it says
Exactly.
adjective, including or encompassing the stated limit of
No.
extremes in consideration or account, including a great deal of encompassing everything concerned, comprehensive, enclosing, embracing, aiming to include and integrate all people and groups and activities, organizations, political processes, etc., especially those who are disadvantaged, have suffered discrimination, and living with disabilities. Relating to or being language of terminology that does not exclude a particular group of people that avoids bias or stereotypes. Relating to or being educational practices that students in physical and mental disabilities are taught in regular classrooms and provided with certain accommodations. So here are some examples.
Progressives are not inclusive
From
because
May
they don't
to
want to include
August.
conservatives.
Wow,
I hate
that was a
this.
really good pun because like 5 of those 6 meetings apply to that beating.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
It was what?
Number 4 was really interesting.
Enclosed embracing. I like number 3.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of where the puns come in.
But aiming to include and integrate all people and groups and activities, organizations, political processes, etc., especially those who are disadvantaged. Now, inclusivity.
Let's keep going.
Does not. I mean,
Well, they did
no,
beat the disadvantaged, the discriminated against, and some
And they
disabled
get-
people. Like
and
they're
they-
on that
they-
one.
Yeah, man.
have suffered discrimination.
Checking boxes,
or living with
1996.
disabilities.
Look, they were including
they're
all people in the group
but is everybody
activity.
else included? That's the thing. It's just who are you limiting and who you're not. You can't go and pick one group and say, well, be sure to include this group.
Well, by this
No,
definition of
you be sure to include everybody.
by these definitions of inclusive that we're talking about here, like that we've kind of come up with here, right? It's kind of like a predator lion is very inclusive
This
at
is
like,
from
you know, just like going after
dictionary.com.
and, like,
Lions are
picking
very
off.
inclusive
Oh,
of
the-
gazelles.
Yes. Yes.
They
That's
may
exactly
not
what
be
I was
moving anymore,
getting
but
to.
they
Right,
are
right.
inclusive.
Right.
It's an all-inclusive
so
hunting
inclusive.
experience.
Yes.
Yes.
They all
like
get a
this,
bite.
They each had little whatever those sentences to go along with it. An inclusive fence, inclusive hiring practices, inclusive playgrounds, the use of singular they
Well, I mean, they have
as an
playgrounds today.
inclusive gender neutral pronoun.
Oh, shoot me now, for God's sake. Oh.
Even the dictionary's gone woke.
Scroll down. Wait till you see number
All
6.
these freaking online dictionaries are freaking woke as hell. I mean, for God's sake.
Grammar of the first person plural, including the person or persons spoken to, as we or shall we dance, compare exclusive.
What about number 6?
The words of inclusion, overall, general, all embracing, all encompassing, including, comprising. What do you want?
Number 6. You skipped it.
Number 6, relating to or being
I heard that,
educationally practices in which students with physical or mental disabilities are taught in regular classrooms and provided with certain accommodations.
Wait, no, that's just number 4 again. Are they retarded? Like, is this dictionary being
Yes!
inclusive by adding
Yes,
it twice?
They are retarded.
Look,
Well, I'm glad that the definition of inclusive is very inclusive.
We didn't say that.
It is very inclusive.
Rasta Jimmy, why? What are you doing infiltrating my channel with your?
They were so inclusive.
You're right, man. I should just chill out a little bit. Let me
smoke a ganja.
Don't drink the bong water.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
drink the float. It's in the bottom of your fucking hot vodka.
Man.
Idioms about inclusion. Number 8, inclusive of, including, also taking into account. Europe, inclusive to the British Isles, is negotiating new trade agreements.
Holy hell! They're literally talking about Brexit. Oh my God!
They are.
This dictionary is the best.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna have to thumbnail this bad
God,
boy.
if there was a teacher, and if I was in a school, right, or even in a college or whatever, and somebody was like, "Oh, hey, you know, like look at this website and look at it," I'd just be like, "Excuse me, where's the local like suicide booth?" Like, I'm just gonna like,
let me put my 25 cents in, my 25 shekels.
Oh man, English
This
class.
dictionary is
Look, I need at
great.
least 50 pieces of silver here, okay?
30's not enough.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to be inclusive, you know?
Inclusive of my wallet.
Well,
I am being sarcastic, by the way. That's not literal. For those who are watching.
Words nearby inclusive.
oh, look, guys, there's an inclusive cell.
Inclusion cell
Inclusion cell disease? What?
Inclusion conjunctivitis.
Inclusion. Not I read inclusive cell.
Inclusive disjunction, inclusive fitness, inclusive language, inclusive or inclusivity.
Disjunction?
Conjunctivitis.
How can you have an inclusive disjunction? Can you click that? My head brain.
Inclusive disjunction.
Yeah, my brain good hurt. No word.
See under disjunction, it says.
If it points us, all right. Let's click on that. See if we come back.
Just
Disjunction.
God's sakes.
Disjunction.
The love of God.
Disjunction. What's
All right,
up?
guys.
I know what they mean. Yeah.
This is the word of the day. Disjunction. Disjunction in your mouth.
Is true. If you only if or at least one number of
maple blood for
is true.
maple syrup
Okay,
for blood.
so
My maple
inclusive
blood pressure
disjunction
goes up.
is why no one likes mathematicians.
Lewis?
That's a logic term for or.
A compound proposition
Oh,
is
fuck,
true
you're right.
if and only if at least one of a number
Because
of
the next one
alternatives
is XOR.
is true.
Yeah.
Or
Did you see the Norway meme? Let me see if I can find it, bro. You'll lose it.
yes, how to use inclusive in a
Oh
sentence.
God, no.
2 LGBTQ inclusive
Oh my
films,
God.
The Life Ahead and Two of Us are nominated for Best Picture.
I'll take a Fauci ouchie at this point. Make it stop.
He is a lawyer for a free world which pushes for more active and gay inclusive policies to combat HIV.
My God!
My ass is completely exclusive.
Oh, a little bit of HIV sprinkled in there. Nothing to.
Don't forget the Don't forget the remdesivir.
The following of the value
Yes, a little
of
bit of
in
HIV,
dollars of the
you know, it's all great.
The island from 1870
It's like Fauci's cooking show, but he's in a laboratory. It's like,
inclusive.
Got the remdesivir, we got the sauce, we had a little bit of HPV, it's the coronavirus. Oh, this is great.
It's a
Gotta cook it in the
traditional
mice.
Sicilian
Cook it in the
dish.
mice.
Look,
It's a very inclusive dish because everyone, I'll make sure, gets it.
This is the Sicilian. This is a Sicilian pandemic.
Okay, sure,
okay?
you win.
Oh man.
Going to include all the little children in the shop program. One in the one arm and one in the other. Very inclusive.
Oh man.
With this
Look,
new
I went to
project,
bath
she hopes
houses
on
to see
delivering
how it
into
was
topics
spread, and
that
it
might
spreads
seem
nicely.
taboo will help make both of those worlds more inclusive. So, I mean...
And yes, of course, all those little black children, we need those to get double.
Oh my God, what?
Because Fauci loves to do that to little children. Anyway. Allegedly, right?
Give him a double dose of the old Fauci juice. Just gonna leave it there.
Acequia.
So it's today's word of the day according to the dictionary.
And I don't give a damn.
What is it? Acequia?
Acequia.
8 people at this website can go to hell. For God's sake.
Acequia?
Acequia.
What does it mean?
All right,
An
here we go.
irrigation
Here we go.
Oh my God.
We could bury Fauci in the Acequia.
We can inclusively.
Well, you know what? Maybe this website was good for something after all. It's just after all that suffering, I guess it's finally come out. There is such a thing as a silver lining, right?
And never mind. I was gonna say and a silver bullet. All right.
I mean, there may be some chanting and like silver involved in his actions. Yeah, anyway.
The werewolf. Okay.
I mean, what's it take to take out a gremlin? Like, I'm not sure on my mythic creature index of vulnerabilities anymore.
Flip a coin to your Witcher. Let's see about it. What the hell?
Yeah, can we recruit a Witcher here? And
Yes.
Sir, we have a gremlin problem. It's very bad.
Give a coin to your
All right, here we
Witcher.
go.
Take
Can
it
you
out.
can you click that? Bring this up for Mike. There you go, buddy.
Fun with flags.
There you go.
Oh no.
That's real good.
Norway.
That's real good.
Handway. Zorway.
The face of confusion next to it is even better. Because I saw it and like I could feel myself for one moment just be like, oh, but actually that's
Wait,
really
what?
funny.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's funny.
It's a Rilka.
No, I just had that moment of internal cringe for knowing right away what they meant.
So, quick question: is any of you actually streaming this, watching what we're actually doing right now?
What do you mean?
Is anybody actually watching the YouTube channel as we're actually recording this?
I'm not.
Oh,
I don't know. Sure, it's sweet.
There's one person that's been with us the whole show.
Wow.
As a viewer.
Cool.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, hello, person.
Thank you. Don't forget to share, like, and ring that bell. We try coming back every night around midnight when I'm not at work. We usually try keeping people updated on when I work and when I don't. That way we can.
Sequa.
When people.
Was that the word?
Sequa.
A sequa.
A sequa?
A sequia.
A sequia?
A sequia.
Like a trachea, but with a C.
sequia.
So like
Let me see if I can. We can bring that back up. But whoever that person was that's actually watching, thank you so very much for actually watching. And you know, we really do appreciate actually having somebody watch us. You should leave comments for us. We'll hold the conversation. There it is. A sequia.
A sequia.
God.
An irrigation ditch.
It's all worth it now.
There you go.
Yeah, correct.
Pasta coin.
So then,
all right, I'll take a read.
So then, you know, being that, you know, I can't get super chats yet, it seems like it might be a little while. Something needs to happen for, you know, like something exciting where us and everybody's like, oh my God, that was hilarious. And everybody shares it and everybody clicks on it. I'm working on a few things. We'll get there. Something's got to happen. And instead of this being like this, people actually give me, you know, $1 or $5 to tell me to get wrecked.
Yes, you have a way higher chance of going viral than Putin actually wanting a war and blowing up the planet because of the United States provocation.
It has to be at the right time.
If you recall, it was Biden who said that we would use nukes preemptively.
Yeah. It's like, but don't worry, we're gonna. They ain't even make it here. So we're gonna blow the whole place up.
You'll be able to prevail over time, but it'll be costly.
Yes, but it's more likely of a chance that Russia. This is what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought and I said something else. This is what I'm going to say. There's more likely of a chance of that happening than Russia invading on the 16th.
True. Because that's come and gone.
It's like they're going to invade. We have all the plans. We have everything. Go watch my Rumble channel. I have a video. Tis fairly lengthy, but I hope it is worth your time to watch at least part of it. You know, at the very least. You know, and I kind of go into all the little details and everything. It's the background of all the whole shebang and everything.
Shebang, shebang, shemoosh.
It is
shemoosh.
America Shirts, just as it is spelled with a capital A and a capital S, all put together. On the Rumble. Should go take a look, see if anybody has time. And again,
Super
just put it
bass.
up on a like you do like a podcast thing, just put it up and like listen to it in the background if you want, whatever, Anywho's.
Nothing like trying to show himself out or whatever. He's like,
Yeah, no.
The show's ending, right? The show's ending, right? Because he used the word "tis." There's a contraction for "it is."
Depends on what the meaning of the word is.
Surely you jest.
The use
I
of
shan't.
"tis" in the sentence.
Donkey
Damn Indian nights. And when the cactus had fruit, the people gathered it and made it tis win, and took the seeds and spread them out in the sun.
The question is, did the cupcake have nuts?
Oh my god.
Cupcakes should always have nuts. The violin makers of Cremona came, as we had said, from West
Oh my god.
Guinea. Now, this third one is oh my god. So, what was he who stood up before Tisaak? Well, I want to know what the hell that is. And said, "Thou art dead rock." What the fuck is this? What the fuck?
This is just making my brain melt.
Hey,
at this
let's
point.
play a game. Let's play a
This is
game
like
real quick, okay?
radioactive libtard at this point. Like my
play-
brain is being fried by the libtard.
Can we
A
play a
Sakia.
game? Say like, make a new YouTube account and see how many clicks till you get to Nazis. Like on a new account, you just click around. Because it used to be like within 5 clicks, you would start getting like Nazi stuff to show up on your YouTube. Remember that? And they had to like they had to change the whole algorithm. I wonder if the algorithm's getting trained back
Some
again.
Yahtzees, I tell you.
Nazis, what?
Yahtzees.
Yahtzees?
Yeah, the group of people in Western Ukraine.
Oh.
I mean, that's the other reason I don't want to get involved in that war. Like, it's some weird situation where we've propped up another group of, like, terrible people. And they're expecting
It's how our politicians launder money to themselves, though. That's the thing. That's why they're all fucking bent up about it.
I mean, okay, I don't mind that. Well, I do mind that they're laundering money, but could they find a way that doesn't involve us getting stuck in a quagmire in fucking Europe again? So, we could spend another couple decades there and Gen Z can experience the same bullshit. Like,
Watch my video
Just
on
water it through
Rumble.
Mexico.
I explain.
Make that shit normal. Fuck.
Sorry, what?
Do it normal.
I said you could watch my video on Rumble. I do explain these things. I go over them. And also, Viva Fry did a thing with it was like Robert Barnes, Viva Fry. They did a live stream, and they did a video like what's this now? Like a couple of days ago about this very topic, and they go over all that stuff too, and it's very good too. But yeah, give my video a look-see.
Depends on how you feel about Robert Barnes. He's a smart man.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
What you working on?
Just editing a little bit here.
He's rusted out.
Nice.
I'm rusted out. I haven't
He's
even
just here
even
just in
rusted.
case. Just in case the conversation gets to the point of there's nothing to talk about, then he speaks up. He's like,
Then you'll be in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yes, as we were talking about Russia, I'm shocked that he didn't flip on his Russian comrade cap or hat or whatever the hell that thing's called.
Well, if you insist, it's in Ushanka, and I will.
Oh God!
I mean,
what have I done?
CNN's on top of that. I mean, within the last 15 minutes ago, they posted the latest on Ukraine-Russia crisis. So, I mean, you know, they're like, Ottawa, it's old news.
Oh, hey, would you like me to? Would you? Speaking of these sorts of things, would you like me to share a little video from Patrick Lancaster, the guy who's on the ground over there?
Sure. We're here to spin the conversation and see where it goes.
It's too like.
I'm not part of that, bro. You can keep your lips to yourself.
I said spin the conversation.
Not the.
Oh my!
My Lord, pivot boy.
Oh my!
Look, I got hepatitis, yeah. In case you don't know.
Don't come near me. I have hepatitis. All right, don't come near me. I have hepatitis. I'll kiss you on the lips.
Oh God!
Right? Yeah.
Again, Susan, we're just having fun joking around. We're not saying anything. Anybody should actually see
I don't actually have hepatitis. All right.
Okay, let's play this.
I'm Patrick Lancaster, coming to you from Center Donetsk, the capital of the anti-Ukraine government, Donetsk People's Republic, and we've got
that is Eastern Ukraine. Those are those other places over in Eastern Ukraine that want to break away from.
They're claiming Ukraine fired on Russia.
Yeah.
Huge update. The Russian government has just announced that Ukraine has fired artillery onto Russian soil. This is just unprecedented in the last 8 years. This has not happened, and Russia has not accused Ukraine of doing this. So we've got a lot of interesting things coming. Who knows how quick this war is going to explode and what exactly is going to happen. But we're here in Donetsk to show you exactly what happens on the ground here. The local forces and the local government here announced a mass mobilization in the morning, and the evacuation is ongoing of women, elderly, and children. We're going to show you everything we can here on the ground. Stay tuned.
Okay, and there's another one here.
Who was that from?
This is Patrick Lancaster. He's been living in Eastern Ukraine for like 8 years, ever since the overthrow of the Ukrainian government.
Done yet?
Okay, and this is him. I guess later on in the day. And this is all these like people getting evacuated.
I'm Patrick Lancaster, and right now we are at one of the evacuation points in Center Donetsk, the capital of the anti-Ukraine government, Donetsk People's Republic. Because last night the head of the DPR, Didish Pushlin, announced that all women, children, and elderly people should be evacuated. It was an order to evacuate the republic to Russia. This is a very big sign of war to come, heavy war to come. No one's sure exactly what's going to happen, but we're here on the ground to show you exactly what's going to happen. So we're going to continue to do that. Follow, subscribe, and share.
Hell yeah.
It's always bad when they start evacuating civilians.
To Russia.
With love.
So they're defecting.
Well, so the fight context, right, is that the eastern part of Ukraine is a lot of ethnic Russians. And so that rebellion around Crimea and Donetsk, whatever it is, the upper part of eastern Ukraine that they were just talking about being a republic that they're evacuating from, those are mostly Russian. And so they have been heavily attacked by ethnic Ukrainians, including the neo-Nazis Schertz was talking about earlier. And so them fleeing to Russia makes sense. Right, they're running to Russia because they're ethnic Russians worried about being cleansed.
Yes,
they would rather be under Putin.
And what's really sucks
there actually are neo-Nazis.
They're funded and armed by us.
Yeah, we propped up the neo-Nazis the same way Obama propped up ISIS.
Are you fucking serious?
Yep. Has a heart attack.
And so, and
this is why I just want out of it, right? Like, we propped up some weird Ukrainian government. Russia has its own shit going on. This doesn't involve us. They need to figure out their own bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. But I do go over all of these different things ish. Yes, I go over all of these different things in my video. Go check it out if you want. But yeah, and Robert Barnes and Viva have a video that they did. They had it was like 2 other guys. They had them on there before talking about geopolitics stuff, and it was pretty good. Actually, it was really good. And they talk about all that stuff.
I'm such a noob when it comes to geopolitics, but like everything that I see is just concerning.
I mean, honestly, I kind of am too. Like, it's a learning process for everyone.
I mean, you would think, right, that
yeah,
America, yeah,
right, yeah.
So you would think, right,
yeah,
that like the Americans, yeah,
right,
they'd like remember how the Nazis or the Weimar, the Germans, sent Stalin or Lenin into Russia, yeah, in a train car, yeah.
It's an inalienable right.
The right to return fire. Because I mean, if Russia's claiming that they're being, or if Russia's claiming that Ukraine's hit them, but Russia's trying to say no, we own the Donetsk region or whatever it is now.
No. That's not what he's saying.
Then
that's not what he was saying. He was saying that Russia themselves said within their borders, because those places there sent delegations to Moscow not too long ago to be recognized as independent sovereign countries. And then after that, they hope to eventually make their way to Russia. But Russia has not recognized them as being separate from Ukraine as of yet, officially. So he's talking about officially from the Russian government into Russian borders, like beyond the eastern
here.
Ukraine.
Did the neo-Nazis in the Ukraine shell Russia? Is that what's happening?
The claim is that the main Ukrainian forces, I think, which is distinct.
Is that bunk or not?
But that's the false flag thing that Biden tried to head off, right?
I mean, we don't know, right? That's the problem. It could be a false flag from Russia where they just shelled backwards. It could be complete lies. It could be Ukrainian irregulars stupidly shelled Russia and escalated the situation. It could be the Donetsk people staged a false flag. It could be Ukraine actually
Donetsk
blew
shelled
it and
Russia?
right, as a false flag
Because
to
technically
justify
it's
their
Ukraine.
Help. Sure.
I mean, it's technically Ukraine, yeah.
But they're a third faction in
really
Ukraine,
helps.
right? There's the rebels, there's the regular Ukrainian loyalists, and then there's the Ukrainian army. Any of them could have fired from Ukraine as well.
True. Whole thing's a fucking shit show, dude.
I explain a lot.
Well, I mean, what's the more likely scenario? Like, there's no way if I was Ukraine as the country itself that I would want to pick a fight with Russia.
You have to.
Ukraine is like smaller, shittier Belarus.
But you have to, because they're slowly taking over the country, right? They weren't so like Russia. Like this goes back to fucking Obama, Biden again, right? That he lost Crimea because he didn't have fucking balls. Because Crimea, the trade was nukes for Crimea and never to take Crimea again, and Russia agreed, and he's going back on it. They should have never fucking handed those nukes over.
I mean, I'm sure a country that wants nukes would say anything to get them. And then what are you going to do once they have the nukes? Piss them off? No.
Yeah, it's like, hey, give me the gun. I swear I won't use it. No, please, please, please. And they take it and beat you with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like any other fucking government.
They would beat you with it. Like, they wouldn't even use the gun, right? They wouldn't shoot you.
No, they just fucking pistol whip you.
Well, how are they going to take your money later if they kill you?
Yeah, dude.
Well, you can still shoot somebody dead and take their money. I don't know.
The parasitism of the state.
Once you're dead, it's no longer your money. You can't take it with you.
It's not your money regardless.
It's our money.
Yeah, and I also suggest anybody that wants to know about the
Comrade,
goings on.
our money under my direction.
With this, we can move forward with the proper socialist reform.
Right, but like all these different topics that everybody's talking about here, you can find out about a lot of this stuff on his channel, Patrick Lancaster. He's been there since this whole shebang went down. He's been living there for 8 years. He's gone to like, I think, like Armenia and Azerbaijan. They had their conflict over there. He went over there to cover that. And then he came back over to Ukraine, and he's been, around in that kind of area, but he's lived in Eastern Ukraine for 8 years now, covering everything that's been going on. So, you go check in.
Has this been going on so long that Tim Pool was one of the original Vice reporters in Ukraine?
Probably.
And he's now
I thought
a
he was in
middle-aged
Egypt.
businessman.
I thought he was in Egypt when the revolution happened, not Ukraine.
It could be. I know Vice was in Ukraine. I don't remember where he was.
Yeah, I think because he says it all the time, right? Like he brags pretty much about it. Yeah, I was in Ukraine when it popped off. Yeah, I was in Wall Street when that popped off.
Vice's Tim Pool is on the ground in Kiev, live streaming the increasingly violent revolt.
Shit.
Man, from streaming in the war-torn streets of Kiev to one of the biggest YouTube news channels.
You think he was bald back then too?
And he lied his way there. Did you check out Vadim? Vadim's absolute roast of him?
I have not.
Oh, Tim Pool?
Oh, man. Yeah, Vadim destroys him, man.
Oh. Omoshiroi. Come on, hat. Oops. Did I?
Nobody's bored yet, right?
I'm getting there.
I am semi there.
Ukraine's president says he wants to meet with Putin to resolve the crisis. He also said sanctions on Russia should be made
just because we
public
moved the conversation
before a
there.
possible invasion of Ukraine.
Now, could you pause this for just a second?
Told that you have several days, and then the war will.
Oh, we'll let him speak here for just a second. I didn't know they were going to play this, but. Oh, Bill Gates spoke at this.
And I said, okay, then apply the sanctions today. Yes, they say we apply sanctions when the war will happen. I'm saying, fine, but you are telling me that it's 100% that the war will start in a couple of days. Then what are you waiting for? We don't need your sanctions. After the bombardment will happen, and after our country will be fired at, or after we will have no borders, or after we will have no economy, or parts of our countries will be occupied. Why would we need those sanctions then?
CBS News correspondent Christina
Now,
Ruffini,
pause
who's
this
been
for
on
just
the
a
ground
second.
in Munich following
This
the
is
security
my-
talks, joins us now. Hi, Christina. So Ukrainian President Zelensky was criticized for making the trip to Munich,
Sorry.
but had
Oh, you're
said
fine. I didn't know if there was something else you wanted to do. But
I was just
my
trying to-
thinking about that Ukrainian president is that I don't think he wants this kind of war stuff going on. Obviously, I mean, he's been talking a lot about it, and he's wanting to have talks with Putin. I don't think he is in full control of his government. Because he was sort of seen, even when he was put into office, this particular president, as being someone who was like sort of had a liking towards Trump. Maybe not like friendly, but like, not like besties, but like a liking towards Trump.
Yeah.
And he was a little bit more of a populist type-ish. And so I don't think, but it's kind of like with Trump, but it's like 10 times worse in the corruption of Ukraine. I don't think he has full control of everything that goes on in his government.
Yeah.
I really don't. Because like because
He didn't
everything that
want
he's
other
saying,
coun-
and it's like, and then all the other things that go on, it's like, I just don't see where he
Of
has
course
full
not.
control. of
He's the Ukrainian equivalent of that guy we installed in Afghanistan.
Or that guy we installed here.
Allegedly.
The guy that we installed in Iraq.
Or that guy we installed in the Banana Republics.
Or that person that we never
Sorry, was
installed
that
in Libya.
Tunisia, Libya, or one of the
I'd
others?
have to be involved in somebody else's bullshit. Oh.
Or
It's
that
called
one we
Countries
installed
making
in what,
decisions
Costa
without
Rica?
him.
Or
Or
Venezuela?
the one we installed in
Colombia? I think we were in Paraguay at one point.
Almost every country that says they like to go with
the one we installed in
socialism.
what was it?
Belize. We were definitely in Belize, but I don't know if we threw an actual coup there. It gets hard to even remember because the U.S. threw so many in Latin America.
Oh, it's crazy, dude.
And then the drug cartels take
That-
over, and then they enslave people, and it's just great.
Well,
We've
no, it's not and
liberalized.
then. Like, those are the same thing shirts. The drug cartel is the coup.
Yeah. And fentanyl was created by Johnson and Johnson, so
Yes.
let that sit in.
I mean, I'm more upset
Christina.
about
So
the Chinese
Ukrainian
formulating
President
meth
Zelensky was
over and
criticized
over and
for making
over,
the trip
but
to Munich,
YOLO.
but had said he didn't want other
Doing what?
countries making decisions without him. We
Oh,
heard
so
earlier
the cartel
he
has
wants
been getting
sanctions
their meth
implemented
cook
against.
recipes from Chinese chemists.
Oh, so it's like Walter White level shit now?
Yeah, so about 5-7 years ago, they switched to something that can be done in a chemical reactor as just a continuous flow process. And they got
Oh,
a bunch
shit.
of professional chemists to find ways to make all the precursors out of just stuff you can get regularly for business purposes. So there are no controlled substances that go into a continuous flow reactor. They're just putting out whole tons every cook now.
Oh, jeez.
So if you notice
Holy
that this
crap.
problem exploded in the US circa 2015, where like the entire West Coast started looking like a zombie invasion, that's how.
Oh, so it's very similar to what we did with Russia with the heroin and stuff from Afghanistan and all that. And the same thing that the
British.
The puppy
the
fields.
British mercantile, whatever it is.
With the opium
I
and
mean-
the Chinese.
You can
Yeah.
read the Chinese like military's own writings on how they're getting us back for that whole opium wars thing. They're not subtle about it. Like they publish it. What, you're going to get arrested in China for saying that? Fuck no.
Yeah, they don't care.
Sorry, Mr. Koolfrogg, we have been having discussions, kind of spun off of the Ukraine thing. But rewind it a little bit to the beginning of this questioning of this woman so we get the full
Interesting.
context.
There's 3 viewers. Any questions? Anything that you'd like? We totally read that stuff out.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Criticized for making the trip to Munich, but had said he didn't want other countries making decisions without him. We heard earlier he wants sanctions implemented against Russia immediately. He wants them to prevent an invasion, not as a reaction to an invasion. So what else did he address during the weekend's security conference?
Guys?
Look, Volodymyr Zelensky
Sorry.
was the star of this conference even before he showed up. He actually walked in right behind me here, and I couldn't see him, but I could tell by the level of frenetic energy and people running to try to get the shot that that had to be him, because this conference has been all about what to do about Russia and Ukraine. President Zelensky was very clear today in his speech. It was a very emotional, passionate, and frank speech in which he said, look, the solution is to take action now. This has been a long simmering argument between the Ukrainian government and the U.S. and some Western allies. The U.S. has said, look, sanctions are the arrow in our quiver, and we want to hold that back until Moscow acts so that we can use it as a threat, as a deterrence. But Zelensky's argument, which he hasn't laid out quite this succinctly before, is, look, you say you're going to punish them when they do the thing. This is the thing. They've surrounded my entire country. They're doing the thing. Punish them now. And if you won't punish them, at least make public the list of people you're going to sanction, things you're going to sanction. Tell them exactly what you're going to do. Kind of warn them stronger so it's very clear that there will be punishment. There will be consequences if Russia does indeed take this action. Now, I spoke to some U.S. officials. Obviously, President Zelensky met with Vice President Kamala Harris. He met with some other world leaders while he was here. And I asked around and said, you know, is the U.S. moving any closer to what President Zelensky wants him to do, wants the U.S. to do? And they said, look, we are united. Europeans and the Americans are united on what we want to do. We want to do sanctions, but we are steadfast in our belief that this is the way to do it, that the only way to use it as a deterrence is to hold back until Russia actually acts to use it to try to get them to the negotiating table. Now, obviously, it's Secretary Blinken and Foreign Minister Lavrov are scheduled to meet next week. We're not sure exactly where, but it's going to be on Thursday if it happens, because the White House has said if Russia invades, if Russia escalates this, that the door to diplomacy will be slammed shut.
Right. All right. Well, he does have a point in the sense that, you know, a list of names might be useful, right? It might serve as a deterrent, the kind of deterrent that the Ukrainian president is looking for. So, Christina, Vice President Kamala Harris also spoke at the Munich Security Conference. Can you tell us what she said?
Her emphasis was really on unity.
Yeah, like we give a damn what the hell this
the world
bitch
order
has to
on
say.
NATO responsibilities. She made a big push for Article 5. That's that mutual.
Oh, she made a push for Article 5, did she?
I'm shocked.
Mutual defense pact in the NATO treaty that says, you know, if you hit one of us, we're all going to come to your
It
defense.
was the
She said
world
it was
order.
sacrosanct,
Did you
it
see
was
that
ironclad, and the U.S.
step
and the
away
American
quick. I'll be
people
right back.
stand behind it. She also voiced her support for Ukraine, but the really important thing she said, now keep in mind she spoke before Zelensky arrived here in Munich. She said the U.S.
Look,
and
if
its
VP
allies
of
are
Backshots
prepared
has
to
anything to contribute, it's her Pornhub name. There is nothing else we need to hear from her.
act sweeping, consequential, unprecedented sanctions.
I mean, she has made
Where's
herself
that
a joke.
OnlyFans account?
Right?
Look, that is not a face of somebody. That's the face of somebody who's scared fucking shitless. Look at that freeze
Yes,
frame.
that's it. She's like
deer in the fucking headlights.
If Russia
scared shitless.
Escalates the situation. So that seems to be where the U.S. position is. And based on sources I've talked to here, it hasn't changed despite this sweeping and very, very meaningful speech that President Zelensky gave here today. The ballroom was completely packed. There was an overflow room of people watching it on screens. And, you know, all weekend
Bet
here,
she knows
it's been
all about
lots
the
of
ballroom.
shuttling in and out and people kind of selecting what they want to listen to and what they didn't want to listen to. Everybody wanted to listen to this speech, and he had the entire room. We'll just have to see how effective it was in getting his point across and moving European and American policy to where he thinks it needs to be.
Has
All right,
broader
Christina
shoulders
Ruffini.
than Zelensky.
Oh God!
Thank you so much.
Go back and look.
Ukraine.
She did.
Yeah,
but I
she
mean,
did.
I don't agree with this.
Well, you need
president
like a
of
big
Ukraine.
chest to brace that. Never mind.
Oh God!
Sorry, go ahead.
So what are we thinking? Are we thinking tribal, floral? What are you guys thinking for the tattoo?
Oh God!
It has a skull in it somewhere, right? Like maybe centered,
lower back?
maybe on the side.
Oh man.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's
But I mean-
there's the screen of the two of them standing next
Maybe
to
a
each
depth
other.
marker. That's definitely the classist tramp stamp I've ever seen.
Mm. Oh, it's just the tally marker. Like every time.
It was like a ruler with marks on it. I was like, girl, that's not.
Oh man. Do you hear about the one lady who had like a ruler tattooed on her forearm?
No, but that's also really good.
So she could measure the dudes, and if they weren't big enough, she'd just like walk out.
At least she's smart enough to know how to read the ruler.
Right? Like that's
Anyway.
kind of good thinking, but
That's true. That's true.
I mean,
All
it's even
because
the
of
right
Kamala
place to actually use it.
Yeah. So what's your guess? I'm thinking floral.
What? Floral what?
You saying tribal?
No, it's something bad, right? Like
You said like punk.
it's like cartoon animal staring back at you kind of thing, right? Like you're just staring
Oh, like
down the
it's like a
Cheshire
werewolf,
cat on her back.
like the fucking like the wolf with the blood coming out of its mouth from Princess Mononoke when it gets the shot, like after the mountain, like that kind of shit.
Yeah, just right on her back. Just eye contact the
So
whole
like
time.
all the blood.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Kamala Harris, you did this to yourself. Let's just be honest. No one had to do this for you.
I mean, her career would have ended with her name Chantel in she hadn't met the right sugar daddy early on.
Like legit. But speaking of
allegedly.
Yeah, right. But like earlier, I was talking about how I don't really think that this guy here is in full control of his country. But I still don't like him and everything that he's been doing. But
he's short as fuck.
Yeah, he is pretty short. But at the same time, like I said, I still don't think he's in full control of everything. I don't think that he wants everything to go batshit, but
Well, so I don't think
other
he's in full
interests.
control
Is he the neo-Nazi? Is he the neo-Nazi that was supposedly installed?
No.
Or no?
He was elected after that regime.
Yeah, so he's
So is
not
that regime
neo-Nazi.
still floating around, or what?
The paramilitary group that is the neo-Nazis are still like there. And they were the ones who threw the revolution that got him elected.
Then why haven't they overthrown it again?
Well, because the US is like keeping him propped up because it's like annoying Russia. And so this guy, as far as anyone can tell, isn't maybe the best person, but isn't like trying to screw over Ukraine or like run off with $200 million or anything crazy. He's just trying to be president. And so like he's he's in the awful position of Putin's on one side and hates him. There's neo-Nazis running around his country murdering ethnic Russians. And Joe Biden or whoever, like Kamala Harris, is trying to start a war to like alleviate their domestic problems. And all he's trying to do is get through to next year without like a bunch of people dying.
Yeah. It's not that
Fair
he's
enough.
perfect, and it's not that I approve of everything, or that anybody really, that knows anything about what he's done, approves of every single thing, right? But it's just, he's just, as you said, he's just trying to be president and just kind of keep things relatively stable-ish.
This guy, Mr. Zelensky, is
even though there is
5'7".
bombings that are happening, but still.
Says Kamala Harris is actually
Jeez, he's short.
5'3". They're both freaking shorter than shit.
So she's in like 4-inch heels here to be the same height.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
She has
5'7".
Because she is just as tall as the man. Mm-hmm.
No wonder
Like
she
a full
developed such a
fucking 8 inches
posterior.
taller
She had
than
to
that
be on
dude.
like fucking 6-inch heels to even be a person.
Oh man, shouldn't she be like running around with the ring somewhere from a dragon, like trying to find a volcano? Or no, she's chasing the people with the ring.
Did the comrade Jimmy come back?
Yep, I've been back for a little bit now.
Okay, you're back. Okay. Just wanted to be sure you're here before we all leave.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
I'm pretty sure that would have been, if anyone, it would be chasing after the one with the ring. It would probably be Hillary Clinton in the group of the Nazgul. And she's like floating around on her broom.
Well, so Klaus Schwab has dibs on the Witch King.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, did we say the same thing?
I thought he would be
said
Sauron, and then
Dude, Klaus Schwab isn't that cool. I can't promote him like that. Sorry.
Oh well,
I'd say Bill Gates is Sauron. He's not cool, but he has the leadership.
But
At
then
least they
Morgoth,
need
right?
to be
Morgoth's
lead.
like Satan, and then like Sauron is like, right? So it's just like the next level,
I mean, none of
There
these
you go.
guys are that high on the food chain, right? Like, Bill Gates is some like fucking troll, and
Oh yeah, he's just some troll. I'm not. Oh man, I caught myself. I forgot we were on YouTube for a minute.
see, you tease him a little bit, and you get him going, and suddenly there's strikes.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, that would.
Speaking of strikes, I have like 3 days left till my last one falls off.
Nice.
Yeah, go for monetization.
But anyway, I was saying that Hillary Clinton would have to be a king at some point in order to be a Nazgul. So maybe she can just be like
that's what the pantsuit's for, right? That's what
she
the
can just be
pantsuit's
like
for.
the lead Orokai or something.
I mean, she is a lesbian. It's like it's not like she's she's halfway there.
Oh, Pelosi can be that big octopus that's in front of the Mines of Moria.
Correct.
We figured out a lot of things in this stream, right? We figured out what we're going to do, with Fauci, right? And the whatever the hell that word was.
Oh God, no.
And like and then we figured out that like Hillary Clinton is like it's like this undead like freakish thing, and then Flashbob's the same. And then now, oh yes, say it again. That lovely word. Oh,
Asakia.
I'm just kidding. But I mean, yeah, like we figured out, and yeah, and then Nancy Pelosi's the octopus thing. I mean, like we figured all kinds of things out today. As far as I'm concerned, this is a very productive day, a very productive program.
But we also figured out Kamala's tramp stamp.
Oh
yes, that too, right? It's this. This has been a very productive show.
I don't want to imagine that, bro. What the fuck?
Snarling blood wolf melting into tribal at the bottom. Definitely.
Yeah, bro. She's got like the Princess Mononoke when the wolf gets shot on her back.
Yuck. And she got them fucking
dude.
What are the love handles sticking out right by him? Fucking nasty, bro.
Oh, dude.
There's a winking monster underneath.
It was sick.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Sick.
No, that's the bullet hole. The bullet hole's where from the shoulder of the wolf.
It's like the beak on that octopus monster just comes out at you.
Oh God.
The snapper, if you will.
Like I was
have
saying,
you ever
very productive
have
show.
you ever heard an owl snap at you?
What do owls say when they snap at you? Do they like what kind of like words do they
It's some creepy fucking shit when owls clap their fucking jaws or their beaks. It's one of those noises like you don't want to fucking hear in the middle of the night because you think like there's some shit coming up on you. The Mike's like, I want to know.
You know what?
I mean, I'm clearly Googling this.
Lord. Listening to a rabbit squeal's the worst. They get loud.
He's like, load faster, goddammit. Spamming that mouse button.
I just want it to happen.
I said, do it.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Oh, they like puff up at you too.
Yeah, dude, they get fucking gnarly. You want to share it?
Oh,
Gnarly,
my comfy
brah.
How do I make technology do the thing? There we go.
That's American shirts, I think.
No, there's no reason to be that.
Now, first we've got population. Now the world did. Oh.
All right, so here we are. It's a good palate cleanser.
It's the music.
Oh
like a
my
fucking taser,
gosh,
bro.
what a fucking chonker. Oh, he's about to kill you.
Yeah, dude. Told you, they're fucking gnarly. If you walk up on that shit, you're like, fucking nope.
He's like, you know, that's his rap.
I want to give him a slap in the face for some reason. Don't look at me like that. Fucking snap him, bro. Dead.
Hashtag Kamala.
Now, if we do a really great job on...
Imagine if we work hard together, every child could be as
jabs,
devastated as Africa.
healthcare,
Oh my god.
reproductive services, we could lower that number of population by perhaps 10 or 15%. I'm Bill Gates. I wear a pink sweater.
Pink sweater fascism is like the greatest expression ever.
Pink sweater fascism?
So Bill Gates, Justin Trudeau, a lot of these people who kind of come across as just
Mark
like,
Zuckerberg.
oh yeah, it's okay. I'm not threatening, but also I definitely killed a whole bunch of people.
And I'm banned from 23 countries, you know.
Africa will no longer take my money because of all the atrocities with tribal people. It's very awkward because I know better than they do. Can't you tell by the sweater?
By my lovely pink cashmere sweater.
I'm wearing pink.
Anybody think that he's just like a fucking robot?
Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's just a fact of high school algebra, but let's take a look.
If he's a robot, he's a freaking B1 battle droid.
I was going to say, Zuckerberg's definitely the robot.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, man.
Blink.exe has crashed mid-operation.
Commence baby raise.
Oh, man. Dude, that...
Like, legit.
That line is fantastic.
Well, that's an interesting...
It applies to the guy who was talking about the Russian false flag stuff, right? And he got called out for his assertions.
Oh, the CIA guy who was like, trust us. And they're like, but WMDs. He's like, no, but trust us. And they're like, do you have any evidence? He's like, the transcript of this conversation. And they're like, that's not evidence. He's like, what if I print it out?
Yeah, so when he's talking before they ask questions, he doesn't blink for like a minute and a half. So I was saying,
in 1998,
like if you watch it,
Dr. Zavin became the founding director of the Bill and Melinda Gates Institute for Population Control. We've done a lot of good things. You know, we've seen a lot of good things happen. You know, things like producing childhood death and.
He did say producing, not reducing. I listened to it multiple times.
Oh my gosh.
He actually says producing.
What else would you expect me to say? That we're increasing the population? We can't do that. No.
Producing.
I'd like him to say preventing.
But if we save these children, will this cause a population problem? I mean, if we look at a population chart, this is pretty scary.
Well, we thought by allowing children to live that it would actually cause a population problem, but it turns out the transverse is actually true.
Thank goodness the converse is absolutely
inverse.
The inverse,
sorry.
Absolutely.
I just wonder if, like, the way Viva Fry always says confession through projection, all their fears about quote unquote AI are really just telling us about how they failed, right? Like, is Bill Gates just a paperclip optimizer that's gone awry?
I don't know. I mean, if there's lots of paper clips in the soil and they're made of aluminum, maybe, and then we get Monsanto, and then we make corn and wheat that only can grow in aluminum filled soils.
So the thing about that, I have a major problem with the patent because you're not supposed to be able to patent life, right? And so I have major problems with that.
Oh, but Bill Gates does it all the time.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking problem. Because what
I
happens,
also
right?
own
They have the
Bayer
wheat.
pharmaceutical stuff. It's great.
Well, you know what Monsanto was doing? They started this shit like about a decade and a half ago. They genetically modified wheat, okay, and put it in people's fields. Like they sold it to certain people, but it would still pollinate and then be able to germinate and everything. So basically, they put the wheat out there, and it would go and it would pollute other people's crops, so that when they came in to test DNA test, see like if they were using basically their proprietary DNA, it would show positive. So then they went and like sued them for using their wheat and like shutting them down and taking over farms and doing shit like that.
How else do I
Absolutely
control all the
disgraceful.
food and the things, And now I'm the biggest ranch owner in all of North America. It's great. It's a great life as a rancher. Me and my pig sweater.
I mean, here's the thing though. None of
Well,
us would care if he did a good job of it, but he doesn't.
yeah, fair enough.
Right, like there's plenty of kings that have succeeded in history because they were good to their people. I just don't think that applies to Bill Gates.
Well, I don't agree with that at all because, I mean, I don't think that kind of power should be, put to someone because then someone like
Sure,
Bill
sure.
Gates will
So
come along, right?
there's two things though, right? Should we have a monarchy and would we go out into the street with torches to overthrow the monarchy? And these are different questions, right? Like I agree with you, monarchy probably isn't the best. But if you find yourself in a monarchy, to be pissed off enough to like get a torch and risk the king beating the shit out of you, you have to be like upset about something real, like not having food or your children not having a future or things of this nature. Plenty of kings have
I say
lived
have
long and happy lives because they have happy subjects, right?
Meet with scientists. We see a lot of things that are going very well. Things like reducing childhood death and improving the nutrition. So meet with scientists.
Why don't you play it from my video? You can find all of that on Rumble as well. All those lovely, lovely things that YouTube considers to be verboten. You can find that again. America Shirts on Rumble. It's a capital A, capital S, all squeezed together nicely like that. It's just as you see it on the screen here.
There you
Well,
go.
fellas,
I'll squeeze
I
together
think it's all she wrote for me.
So, Grimsbar does have a couple links that are actually tied to the description down below. Make sure that you actually sub to his stuff and help him out. He's got a bunch of stuff going on. I believe I do have TikTok links down there.
Oh, you're awesome. Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely on
I
TikTok.
got a
I do
couple
some shit on there every once in a while. And
Almost every episode you can find his links, even the ones that he's not in.
Oh, well, how about that? Thanks, brother.
So yeah, make sure you follow this guy. He's very talented and he's obviously can hold the conversation.
No.
He says no.
No.
He's
Dominating a conversation is
I'm
not holding a
stupid as
conversation.
fuck.
No, dude, I'm fucking dumb as shit. But whole another can of worms. Anyway.
All right.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a good night, bro.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Yep, see you
Later.
later on, Jimmy. See you around, Mike. Shirts, Koolfrogg.
Stay warm
See
out
you.
there.
Yep.
You don't tell me how to live my life.
Don't tell me what to do.
You're not my dad.
You just tell me what to do.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Also, of course, you can find me at americashirtsaretfirst.com with the most based t-shirts on the planet.
.com.
And you can get 15% off any of those shirts in the store by using the discount code Koolfrogg.
Nice.
And you can get a shirt with lovely Bill Gates here, and his jabby, stabby hands and all.
I'm so glad that these people are getting old. It's time for them to move on with life and allow somebody else to ruin it for us. Comrade Jimmy.
Yeah.
Where can we follow you?
My turn to chill out here. You can find me here on YouTube.
At my pink sweater. No,
At my pink
well, this
sweater.
time it's purple, but it's one of those shades. It's all good.
Would you like to know my favorite ice cream?
Do you think I could hurt anyone?
I'm just a humble old man. Anyway, you can follow me here on
These
YouTube.
guys have links down below as well in that description. You make sure you follow these guys. These guys are just as fun as anybody. I wish I had links for Mike, but Mike's just Mike. Eventually, we're gonna. I'm working on
Magic
something.
Mike.
We're gonna get something going between me and Mike. We're gonna have some interesting.
Magic Mike and Mike Lindell getting together. What do you know?
Don't be too rough with Mike Hunt.
Oh my!
It's gonna come
there.
So then, I am the one, the only, the Koolfrogg. You can follow me through Linktree/Koolfrogg. That's KOOLFROGG. If you want to help me out instantly, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Koolfrogg. Leave a comment, throw some dollars in there for me. I'll totally read out your comments and we'll give you an answer live on, this particular show. I mean, it's just gotta happen. That's all. Do it.
Do it.
I said, do it. Why did we get this first? Grim says, LOL.
Lol.
As he is walking out the door. Oh, okay. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Later, peeps.
Goodbye,
Later.
everybody.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.